Welcome inside Lancer Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio for tonight's high school football game between number 3 Center Grove and LaSalle. Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Conrad, joined by Ted Kitchell. Beautiful night for football here in Cincinnati. We are on the west side of Cincinnati. The weather partly cloudy, 56 degrees here at game time. And Ted Kitchell, once again, Coach Eric Moore has been splendid in non-conference games since coming to Center Grove in 1999. Here's Coach Moore's numbers. In non-conference games, 25 wins, only 4 losses. And on the road in non-conference games, Coach Moore, 12 wins, 1 loss. The last time the Trojans, and the only time they've lost on the road in a non-conference game, you go back to 2005, losing at Roncalli. So again, the Trojans, Ted, have been very good on the road.
Well, Eric Moore and the Trojans have been very good, whether they're in conference or not in conference. They've just been an awfully good football team. He's built a great program down there in the 15 years that he's been there. And I would say that things, continue looking up. I mean, you look at the freshman team and the JV. They've had outstanding seasons, and I know there are a lot of kids looking forward to playing on Friday nights on those type of teams, all the way down into the kids, the junior high kids, and even down into the small kids. They start running that wing tee, and he's working more and more things into the wing tee. He's spreading it out a little bit, makes it more difficult to play against. I think it'll be interesting to see how the Lancers play against the wing tee. We're used to playing against MIC teams that are used to either running the wing tee or playing against it at all times. We'll see how because if you're not used to it, it takes some getting used to, and you have to be very good at closing down certain gaps. So it'll be interesting to see how they play here tonight. But Eric Moore, overall, he's just done an outstanding job. He's he's really got the kids excited. He's built a tradition on the south side of town. I mean, that's what you got to do. Dullahan built a tradition. Kids wanted to be a part of that tradition on the west side of town. And we saw what he did with Ben Davis over there. They did that at Warren Central. Well, Eric's done it on the south side of town. And he should be very proud of it, and the people of the south side should be also very proud.
The Center Grove Trojans won their 5th MIC title in school history last Friday night with a win over North Central. And for Coach Eric Moore, his 2nd back-to-back conference title. The Trojans won the MIC back-to-back in, 2007, 2008, and now 2012 and 2013. In the state polls this week, Center Grove remains number 3 in Class 6A in the AP and coaches polls. In the Max Preps Computer National Rankings, number 42. And in the USA Today National Computer Ratings, number 59. And Ted, I know there's a lot of Trojan fans tuning in tonight wondering a little bit more about this LaSalle Lancers team. Again, on the west side of Cincinnati, a Catholic school. It's an all-male school. Roughly 715 boys attend this school.
Yeah, it's an all-boys school here on the west side of town. Pretty easy to get to if you're coming from Indiana. I mean, you just come in on 74. You go a couple exits in on North Bend, turn left, go back over the highway, and you veer right, and it's right there. So not a bad drive for the people that drove over. But they've got some good tradition here. We talked a little bit about some of their better players are young. I mean, you're going to hear a lot about number 17, Nick Watson, tonight. He's their quarterback. He's only a sophomore. Their leading running back, Jeremy Larkin, and I don't know if that's any relation or not. They're saying the family says no to the great baseball player and that family, Barry Larkin. But he's only a sophomore also, and he's their leading running back. So they've got some great big ends out there. Keith, they say that he has a chance to go to Alabama. So there's a lot of things to look forward to for LaSalle. I mean, they've got a lot of – but also they've had trouble winning big games. I mean, they got beat by St. X. They got beat by Moeller. They are 3-4 on the year. And these are the type of teams that Eric Moore and his troops usually take advantage of.
For the LaSalle Lancers, they're in Division II, which is comparable back in Indiana to Class 5A. They're not in the top tier class here in the state of Ohio. From my understanding, in past years they were in Division I, but here recently they just dropped down to Division II. Their head coach is Nate Moore, and it is spelled exactly like Coach Eric Moore. But Coach Nate Moore, in his first year as head coach here for the LaSalle Lancers, he is the 9th head coach that LaSalle has had since 1960. Again, the record for the Lancers, 3 wins, 4 losses. They're 2-2 at home. They have lost 4 straight losses or 4 straight games, and they've been very, very close, each and one of those, and they are 0-2 in the Greater Catholic League South Division. And against Indiana Schools this year, the Lancers are 1-1. They defeated East Central by a large margin, 56-14 earlier in the season, and here recently they lost to Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger 31-24. And again, this is the first meeting and only meeting between Center Grove and LaSalle. A lot of people think that this might be a home-and-home situation, but it is not. The Trojans are on their way here to play tonight, the LaSalle Lancers. There will be no return trip to Center Grove next season. In week 9 next year, it will be the Cathedral Irish.
Well, the horn has made it all the way over from the south side of Indy. We can hear it. If you know, there's quite a big crowd over there on the other side. So the Center Grove has traveled very, very well. I think also one of our Mick Mates is also down here in town tonight. I think Warren Central is in town playing St. X. So we're not the only team in Cincinnati here tonight from Indiana, but it should be a great matchup. Center Grove has lost the toss, and LaSalle deferred, so Center Grove looks like it's probably going to get the ball first. LaSalle's going to play defense, it looked like, and that might be a good thing to have a chance to put some points on the board early.
Coach Eric Moore against the state of Ohio. He's 1-0. You go back to 2008, Coach Moore and his 2008 state championship team defeated Dayton Carroll 41-0 at Ray Skillman Stadium to begin the 2008 season. And Ted, you might recall the Trojans only had 1 loss that season to Carmel, beat an Ohio team. And what happened at the end of that season, Ted, in 2008?
They were able to recover a couple onside kicks and onto a state championship. I mean, the only one that they've been able to win down there, but it was an awfully sweet finish for the Trojan players and their fans.
So I'm drawing some comparisons there from 2008 to the 2013 team. Again, a chance here to beat another Ohio school. 1 loss during the regular season. Back in 08, Center Grove shared the conference title. Likewise again this year. And speaking of sharing the conference title, our very own Rick Embry, he's not here with us in person tonight, Ted, but he is texting me updates from that Carmel-Ben Davis game. Carmel leads Ben Davis early, 3-0. Again, the winner between Carmel and Ben Davis will share the MIC title with the Center Grove Trojans.
Now, there's not any chance he might be watching a baseball game while he's texting, or is there?
Don't think that's a possibility.
Yeah, I know he's not a big St. Louis Cardinal fan or anything, so he's got to be really stressing out. You know, they were only up 3-1 last year and gagged it all the way to the finish, and now here they are again. You know, so he's hoping that they get a win tonight, because if it goes to a Game 7, he'll be a nervous wreck.
Rick Embry, one of your biggest Cardinals fans you ever find. Again, he's home tonight. He'll keep a check on that Carmel-Ben Davis game for us. And I'm sure he might send us a few updates on that Cardinals-Dodgers game. Only if the Cardinals are in front, of course. The Center Grove Trojans across the way in the white uniforms tonight, trimmed in red here on the near side. LaSalle in the all-red uniforms. Ted, not a bad facility here in
yeah, it kind of sits down. You know, it's in a pretty tight community here. When I rolled in my big van, I was thinking, my God, I don't know if they're going to have a place to park. But they actually get everybody in here pretty good. You walk kind of back behind the school, and you walk down into a bowl, and it's a real nice field. It's obviously the field turf that we're used to playing on, so that's not a change. I didn't know if they would have field turf, but they do, so I think that's important. But shouldn't be a big difference. I mean, other than you're traveling a little bit farther, it's just mentally getting yourself prepared. I thought as Center Grove warmed up tonight, they looked a little lax, a little like they weren't real sharp. So we'll see if Eric Moore felt the same, and if he kind of got it, you know, gave them a little pregame speech and got them fired up. And if they could put 7 points on the board early, that would sure be the moving in the right direction.
One concern for Center Grove, they are on fall break this week and next week, so the Trojan players, a little bit of a different week, out of school, different time schedule and so forth. They continue to lift weights in the morning and practice their normal practice time. So let's see how the Trojans play here tonight in CGvsLasalle. Again, the Trojans will return to begin tonight's contest. Jason Rumpke, a 6'2", 175-pound senior, preparing to kick off tonight's matchup between the Trojans and the Lancers. We see the rocket, Max Norris, back deep for the Center Grove Trojans in the direction of Ryan Pendergraft, just inside the 15 at the 14. He returns it to the 20 and taken down across the 20-yard line.
Yeah, a little bit of a pooch kick, very similar to what Center Grove does a lot of times. They didn't really kick it at the end zone. They kind of kicked it at the out-of-bounds line and about the 25-yard line over there to the corner, and Pendergraft was able to field it, and they got good starting position around the 25.
Quarter number one being presented by Center Grove Spitshine. Luke Calvert, your senior quarterback. He's been brilliant here in 2013, putting up great numbers. Calvert goes under center. End around run, Logan Hudson trying to get outside. Gets a few across the 25-yard line. Good run on first down for Logan Hudson. Starting tonight for the Center Grove Trojans, Jared Hobson, Logan Battle, Jacob Vance, Jacob Shoup, and Alex Woods on that O-line. Cameron Tidd, your tight end. Logan Hudson, Titus McCoy, and Calvin Daggett in the backfield. Justin Bettito, the split end. Luke Calvert, your quarterback. 4 yards for Hudson on that first carry. Lane Morris, senior fullback, played extremely well last week coming back from injury. You heard Coach Moore talk about it in the pregame show. He is still playing hurt. He's a senior and he's a gamer, and he picks up a yard.
Yeah, even though in the wing T you're used to seeing Center Grove run out and around, and you think about all the speed they had when they won the state championship and this and that. The most important back probably in their running back field is always their fullback. I mean, they've got to be able to count on that guy to get them yards, and Lane Morris, getting him healthy is very, very important to their chances in the state.
Calvert in shotgun formation, looking right, passes, and it is incomplete, looking for Devin Hensley, the junior split in, and the Trojans will be forced to punt.
Yeah, not exactly the way you want to start. I mean, it's not necessarily that you have to walk it down and get 7 points, but you'd like to see the chains move a couple times and not give up field position. Here we're going to have to punt the football. They're going to catch it on about their own 40. They're probably going to have pretty good field position to start things out here.
Matt O'Brien averaging 34 yards a punt this season, just inside his 20-yard line. Flag down on both sides of the line of scrimmage. High but very short punt.
Kick.
Goes out of bounds around midfield, but we do have 2 flags down.
I mean, it not only went out of bounds, it went in the stands. He kicked it up into the stands. He kind of shanked that one. So we'll see.
Penalty against the Center Grove Trojans. It will be declined by LaSalle, and they're still marching off where the football should be placed.
I mean, it looks like it's going to be at about inside the 40.
39-yard line?
Yeah, it looks like about a 10-yard punt. 12 yards maybe.
So 12 yards on the punt, giving LaSalle great field position. Again, their starting quarterback, he's only a sophomore, Nick Watson, 6 foot, 162 pounds, 16 touchdown passes. He has thrown 8 interceptions. Very impressive young man. Shotgun formation. LaSalle will go with the spread offense. Now they look to the sideline for the play. 10:25 to play, opening quarter. No score between LaSalle and Center Grove. First offensive possession here for the Lancers. Passing play across the middle. It is complete for the first down, and a whole lot more down to the 15-yard line.
Well, I mean, the things that I talked about that I was afraid of, just in watching them, Center Grove warm up, they just looked a little lax. I mean, the guy, the punting, O'Brien punting the football, us catching the football, and right away we come out here. We're not able to pick up a first down. We punt the ball 10 yards, and now all of a sudden they've got it on their own 15, it's moving in the wrong direction for Center Grove.
Kevin Ferguson with that nice catch, and big pile up at the 10. They'll have the ball just inside the 10-yard line.
I think it's important to mention also what you talked about earlier, Kevin, in that, in Ohio, you have to play your way into the state championship. It's not just automatically, no matter what your record is, you get seeded. I mean, if you've had a bad year, you don't get to play for the state championship. They're doing everything they can here tonight to beat a very good Center Grove football team to try to get involved in the state championship.
LaSalle bouncing the ball outside. Touchdown for the Lancers. Touchdown by Jeremy Larkin. He's a sophomore at 5'10", 170 pounds. That is his fourth rushing touchdown.
Well, it's not only that it was a touchdown, but just how easily they did it. I mean, you think about, they threw a pass, they got 20 yards, they ran the football another 10 yards, and then he takes it in. I mean, 3 plays. Center Grove just not involved in this football game as of yet. They need to shake themselves and wake up.
The extra point kick is good, and LaSalle strikes first, leading 7-0 over the Center Grove Trojans. 9:29 left to play here in the opening quarter. It only took 3 plays, moving the ball 39 yards in 56 seconds. LaSalle 7, Center Grove 0. Well, and for Larkin, I should make a correction. Again, he's a sophomore. That is his 7th rushing touchdown of the season.
Yeah, he's been their leading rusher. Neither team has a one guy that just dominates. I think Larkin's had 546 yards coming in. I think our leading guy, Max, had around 494 or something like that. So it's not like any huge dominant numbers where a guy's over 1,000, 1,200 yards, something like that. With Center Grove, they've been able to get it done with 6 or 7 different guys, and each guy has stepped up and done the job throughout the year running the football. But it's important now for this offense to get the ball in a good position, and Luke Calvert really needs to really focus in. He needs to get in that huddle and say, hey, guys, we need to move the chains, and we need to start moving this momentum back in our direction.
Jason Rumke will set up to kick off here for the LaSalle Lancers. Logan Hudson, Ryan Pendergraft back deep for the Trojans, and now a slight change here, Ted. They put the Rocket, Max Norris, not as the deep man, but where Ryan Pendergraft was before, right at the 15, and they kick it right to the Rocket at the 15. He's to the 20 and puts the head down, and he's going to be short of the 30-yard line, driven out of bounds just shy of the 30. Opening drive for the Trojans. They did not pick up a first down. They had a poor punt and a quick score by LaSalle. And you're right, Ted, the Trojans need to come out here on this offensive drive and move the chains.
Yeah, it's important for him to get in this huddle, and he needs to, not to ask, but he needs to tell them, hey, we got to get our butts in gear and start moving the football and doing the things that we do best.
At the 29-yard line, Logan Hudson gets outside. He's to the 40, picks up the first down, and pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line to pick up a 16 yards for the senior, Logan Hudson.
Yeah, I mean, that was very similar to the first run of the game, which I thought was a very good run. He got about 6 or 7 yards, but looked like he was about one man away from breaking that into a big run. That time he was able to get around and break it for about a 20-yard gain.
Bolden with the tackle for LaSalle. First down of the night for the Center Grove Trojans. On the boot, pass is incomplete to Cameron Tidd, the big tight end.
It was very good coverage by LaSalle. I mean, they had three receivers out, and each one of them was covered very, very well. I mean, very good decision by Luke Calvert to throw the football away.
Defensive line tonight for LaSalle. Quentin Herbert, Will Powers. Powers leads them with 6 sacks. Jordan Thompson, and also Robert Goodwin. Your linebackers, Zach Alabin, Zach Andrews, and Kyle Farwick. On second down and 10, running play. Trojans pick up 1 yard. One tough yard for the Center Grove Trojans by Lane Morris. And in the secondary, Cameron Bolden, Drew Meister, Avery Larkin, and Ralph Patton.
Yeah, this type of down in yardage puts us in puts a lot of stress on you. I mean, you're not in a position probably where you want to in 4-down territory. You're looking at 3rd and 9. I mean, it's a long way to run and pick it up. I mean, maybe you can throw a little screen pass or something. You want to throw something safe, not get in trouble. It's tough down in yardage right here, 3rd and 9.
Jordan Thompson with the tackle on Lane Morris before the snap of the football. Whistles on the field. Timeout called by Center Grove head coach Eric Moore, stopping the clock with 8 minutes, 12 seconds first quarter. Lancers 7, Trojans 0. Quarter number 1 being presented by Center Grove Spitshine. Center Grove Spitshine, a proud supporter of Trojan football. Center Grove Spitshine offers complete vehicle cleaning services that include hand washing, drying, vacuuming, interior detail, exterior detail, underbody scrub, engine wash, oil change, and much more. Check out Center Grove Spitshine, located at 457 Knights Drive in Greenwood, next to the Center Grove Little League Baseball Complex. Also, you can call them at 317-775-7421 to set up an appointment. Center Grove Spitshine, taking care of your entire vehicle cleaning needs.
So far on the 2 passes Center Grove has attempted, there's just not been any openings. LaSalle has been very, very good in pass coverage, so it'll be interesting to see what Center Grove decides to do right here.
Coach Moore said this LaSalle team, a little bit of a cross between Ben Davis and Pike. Not real big on defense. Calvert to pass, stands tall in the pocket, and it's incomplete, looking for Devin Hensley. Hensley looking at the official for a possible interference call. No flag, and it's 4th and 9, and we'll see the punting unit for the second time tonight.
Yeah, there was no interference. I mean, he ran a down and in route, and they tried to deliver the ball right at the first down marker, but the defense was very, very good. Their pass defense has been very good so far.
O'Brien will punt away inside the 35-yard line. High but very short punt again by Matt O'Brien. It bounces at the 35-yard line, takes a LaSalle bounce to the 37-yard line.
I mean, they're still going to have excellent field position. They're going to start on the 38-yard line. So in both cases, they've had better starting position than Center Grove. Center Grove's defense really needs to step up. I mean, they played 3 plays. The 3 plays they played gave up about 20 yards apiece and a touchdown. So they need to get things moving get that momentum moving in their direction.
18 yards on the punts. Football at the LaSalle 37-yard line with 7:58 to play first quarter. Lancers in front of the Trojans 7-0. Shotgun formation. Watson fires to that far sideline. It's complete right at the first down marker. Nice catch by Kevin Ferguson, starting tonight offensively for the Lancers. Again, your quarterback is Nick Watson. The running back, Jeremy Larkin. Your split end, Derek Keefe, going to the University of Alabama. Isaiah Fuller, your flanker. Kevin Ferguson, the slot. The tight end is Morgan Wilcox. The offensive line will get it in just a second. Next play is a run, and it's going to be close to a first down. Dimitri Wilson all over the back, but I think his forward progress will get him the first down. That is Morgan Wilcox, and in the backfield, or on that O-line, I should say, for LaSalle, Nathan Mooch, Vince Abney, Braden Herring, Joe Kimmy, and Luke Durger. Ted, not quite enough for the first down, so I guess great play by Wilson.
They're going to
give it a measure, I guess.
Yeah, it's close. It's very, very close.
I was looking at the far marker, and
I thought they got it, but
a good spot should get him a first down, maybe just an inch short. Nope, by the nose of the football. First down, LaSalle.
Well, they've shown that they can throw it or pass it. They do a lot of things with Keefe, number 10, the guy you talked about. He's a big, wiry-looking, very big athlete, long and tall. He's the guy you say is going to Alabama, but they ran him deep a little bit, and then he cleared it out, and then they threw underneath him.
For the Trojans on that D-line, John Dever, Tyler Amaro, Dimitri Wilson, Dylan Dallas. Watson from shotgun formation. Handoff. Power running across the 50. Morgan Wilcox, he's a senior at 5'10", 217 pounds. The remaining starters defensively for the Trojans, the linebackers, Keegan McFatridge, Keith Sears, Caleb Kelsheimer, and in the secondary, Alex Ackerman, Aaron Hunt, Drew Wozniak, and Zach Hart.
They're going quickly here, no huddle.
4 yards on that last play, so 2nd and 6. Passing play, complete for a first down to the 40-yard line.
That's a little bit of a bubble screen. I mean, they ran it down the field a little bit, and then he came back and got the ball. But, I mean, he's able to pick up good yardage right there. And, again, they're going quickly. They're no huddle, just looking to the sidelines.
That's Derek Keefe, senior at 6'6", 198 pounds, going to Alabama. He's a good one. New set of downs here for the Lancers. Center Grove doing a great job with the run defense. Taking down Ron Brock, a senior at 5'11", 200 pounds.
It's a real similar type of offense to what we would see Carmel run, you know, where they do a lot of the quarterback in the shotgun, and they do a lot of the fake option, the read option with the quarterback, and that's what LaSalle has done a lot here to start tonight.
Loss of 1 yard, 2nd and 11. Watson completes the pass to the Trojan 35-yard line.
Pendergraft was all over him right there. It was great defense, but, you know, Keefe is so big. I mean, he's about 6'5", 6'6". He's just so big that Pendergraft not able to get in there, and he shielded him from the football, and it was a nice catch and a nice pickup for LaSalle.
5 yards for the Lancers, 3rd and 5. Big defensive play here for the Center Grove Trojans.
Boy, make that quarterback hand this off if he goes read option. Don't let him run around the end.
Watson fakes the handoff, screen pass, first down and then some for the Lancers. Completed pass to Isaiah Fuller. He stands at 6'4" at 180 pounds. And Ted, they call him the Twin Towers. Fuller at 6'4" and Keefe at 6'6". They're the Twin Towers.
Well, they've got a lot of tricks in their bag. I mean, right there, that was a very nice. He looked right there, and they cleared him out, and then he very, very calmly looked back to the left and threw a little pass out there in the flat that was wide open, and they were able to pick up another first down.
Ball at the Trojan 24-yard line. Great defense by Dylan Dallas. Wrapping up, Ron Brock. Loss of a yard. So far, the Trojans have done a great job defending the run, Ted, but it's the pass that's been hurting them so far. 5 receivers here for LaSalle. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Watson looks right, throws, and completes the ball inside the 15.
It almost looked like 21 thought it was thrown to him, and he turned around, and it was thrown right to the other guy. So, like you said, they had 5 across, and Center Grove's going to have to come up, and start bumping them a little bit more. Center Grove just giving way too much room right now, and they're just continuing to take the 5, 6, 7, 8-yard pass, and it's killing their defense.
First down for the Lancers. Handoff to Brock. He's inside the 10. Lancers putting together another nice drive. They're in front 7-0, looking for more here with 3:40 to play first quarter.
Again, no huddle. They're just looking to the sidelines. Everybody resets. Everybody knows the plays, knows the hand signals, knows what they're going to run. But 2nd and about 5.
5-yard pickup for Brock. He was brought down by McFatridge. And now Brock is chopped down at the line of scrimmage.
I mean, what you worry about with those Twin Towers you get down here is you get, guys like Pendergraft who do a really good job. But, I mean, if they're 5'8", 5'9", trying to guard a 6'5" guy, I mean, it's like back in the days when Harold Carmichael, Jaws would just throw one up to Harold Carmichael, and he was 6'8", and he'd go up and catch it. You have to worry about that if you're down here on the end or down there towards the end zone.
3rd and 4, big play. The quarterback's going to run it, and he is tackled in the open field by Alex Ackerman. He is held short of the first down.
Wow, what a great play right there. I mean, that saved him. I mean, if he gets away from him, he scores. He gets 7 points. Ackerman, great individual play in the open field.
Field goal unit on the field for LaSalle. They'll drop the block at the 15-yard line. This will be a 25-yard attempt for the LaSalle Lancers. Rumpke will attempt it, and now we've got a flag against LaSalle. Ball's at the 7-yard line. It's 4th and 4, and if that was against Center Grove, Ted, that would have been enough for a first down. The Trojan D-line, Ted, they've got to stay disciplined. Now it's going to be 4th and 9 with that 5-yard walk-off. Again, the penalty going against the Lancers. Rumpke. He's 2 of 4 this year on field goals, as long as 36. This will be from 30 yards, and now some more movement on the line. Another false start against LaSalle. So now it's gone from a 30-yard attempt. I guess it went from, 25 to 30, now 35. And again, Rumpke's long this year is 36. He has hit 2 out of 4 on field goals. He's a senior. High snap, the holder got it down. The kick on the way, just enough. It is good. 10-zip Lancers. Rumpke from 35 yards.
Well, LaSalle has come out here and has been very impressive in their 2 offensive possessions. They've took 3 and got it in the end zone. 3 possessions, got it in the end zone, and then they worked the chains and worked it all the way down to about the 5. Nice job by Center Grove's defense stepping up and saving a touchdown right there. Rather than giving away 7, they only gave away 3. But somebody needs to kind of wake this team up, both defensively and offensively. I mean, we got to get out here offensively. We got to start moving the chains and doing the things that Center Grove does best. They're not a team that you don't want to get down 20-0 on the road here in Cincinnati and then try to come back.
The Carmel Greyhounds all over the Ben Davis Giants tonight, 24-0. 9:47 left to play in the second quarter, so it appears Carmel is on its way to share the MIC title with the Center Grove Trojans. Rumpke's kick to the end zone, automatic touchback. 1 minute, 50 seconds to play. Opening quarter, all Lancers so far leading 10-0. Again, for LaSalle, they're playing for a chance to make it to the playoffs. Again, in Ohio, you don't automatically make it to postseason play. You've got to earn your way to postseason play, and the head coach, Nate Moore, for LaSalle is approaching tonight's game against Center Grove as a playoff game. And right now, they have played spectacular football here in the opening quarter against the Trojans. Titus McCoy's first run of the night. The freshman picks up 4 yards. And speaking of the freshman, tonight, Ted, we have the Center Grove freshman football team watching our broadcast together. They're gathering at Carl Mason's house tonight, and they're tuning in to the webcast tonight. So a shout-out to the Center Grove freshman football team. They're undefeated on the regular season. They'll play their final game tomorrow at Center Grove Middle School North against LaSalle to try and finish up the year undefeated.
Yeah, congratulations. We talked about that earlier, how important that is. The freshman team, the JV team, as you both have had outstanding years. Those kids put in a lot of time and a lot of hard work, so congratulations to they and their families on a lot of great success. Make sure you finish it off the right way tomorrow.
Max Norris with the carry. Picks up a few, 3rd and 3. Center Grove needing some first downs. They go to Logan Hudson trying to get outside for that first down. He picks up the first down, and he is escorted out of bounds, but enough for a Center Grove Trojan first down. And also, speaking of tomorrow, the Center Grove junior varsity team will also play LaSalle at Center Grove Middle School North. So you got the freshman game at 11, followed by the junior varsity game. And Ted, Aaron Holt and I, and along with Matt, will be there live to bring you a live video webcast of both games tomorrow.
Really?
Yes. going to be a great day, other than it might be a little rainy on the grass field at Middle School
about
North.
that?
But, yeah, we're going to do a freshman game tomorrow and also the junior varsity game. And the junior varsity team with one loss this year. Max, the Rocket Norris, rips out of a tackle, trying to make something of this play. Flag down. Flag down at the 33-yard line. Norris trying to get some positive yards. As we have 33 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. Holding against Center Grove. Trailing 10-0 here to the LaSalle Lancers in Cincinnati, Ohio. On the west side of Cincy.
I talked to one of the coaches, one of the Center Grove coaches, and he was saying, early penalties just really, put us in a tough mental state as far as all of a sudden you look up and it's 1st and 20. Our offense is made to move the chains and get 5-6 yards, 4 or 5 yards here or there, move the chains, continue, down the field. Instead, all of a sudden you look up and it's 1st and 20, and you got to do something spectacular.
With the penalty, 1st and 20 for the Trojans. Delayed handoff to the freshman Titus McCoy.
Great tackle.
Great open field tackle by the Lancers. Cameron Bolden, 6'3", senior, 171-pound defensive back with the big hits.
Yeah, it was a very good tackle, very similar to the Ackerman play. I mean, if he's able to get away from him, probably gets 5 or 6 more yards. By making that play, now it's still like 2nd down and about 17. So a lot of yardage here as the first quarter comes to an end.
That brings us to the end of the first quarter here in Cincinnati. The LaSalle Lancers very impressive, leading the number 3 Center Grove Trojans 10-0. We'll take a break. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
Skim's got your truck, man, big and little trucks, man, integrated locations, man, Skim's got your truck, man. He's got SUVs, crossovers, long bed, short bed, flat bed, dump cab, crew cab, cinder cab, half ton, 3/4 ton, 1 ton, high cube van, cargo van, diesel engine, gas in stock, or custom in the color you want, man. Ray Skim's got your truck, man, big and little trucks, man, integrated locations, man, Skim's got your truck, man. Ray Skillman's got your truck, man.
Welcome back to LaSalle High School in Cincinnati, Ohio. After one quarter, LaSalle leading the Center Grove Trojans 10-0. Quarter number 2 being presented by Global Financial Solutions. Center Grove with the football to begin quarter number 2 from the gun. Calvert, complete pass to Devin Hensley here at the 30-yard line. Flag down behind the play.
I don't know what he's going to call there. I mean, he threw it like it was a face mask or something. I didn't look like I saw it, or I didn't see a face mask. But
Calvert is pointing toward LaSalle, and it will be against the LaSalle Lancers. Waiting for the official call. Hensley got 2 yards on the reception, and now they're going to place the football at the
it's a 5-yarder.
35-yard line.
It's a face mask.
5-yard variety. Incidental face mask, 5-yard variety.
So that means he just kind of drug his fingers across, let go right away. So it's still
2nd down.
Still 2nd down and about 8.
Ted, surprise Carmel, 24-zip over Ben Davis.
I'll comment on that in a second.
Calvert quickly to the line of scrimmage, hand off to the Rocket, and they wrap him up and they drop him at the 29-yard line. Shooting across, number 47, R.J. Goodwin. He's a senior defensive lineman.
Yeah, he just shot the gap right there. That doesn't surprise me a lot. Carmel seems to be the team that has Ben Davis's number. Ben Davis is always a team that's very difficult for us to play, but Carmel seems to play them. Now when Carmel plays Warren, it seems like Warren is a team that plays very well against Carmel. But Carmel seems to always play well against Ben Davis, and so I guess I could say that I'm not that surprised that Carmel's defeating them.
Loss of 6 yards, 3rd down. Pass is batted down. Better bring up 4th down. Great defensive play by Zach Andrews, a senior linebacker. He bats that one down. Center Grove just having difficulty getting on track tonight offensively.
Well, LaSalle just, they don't seem to do anything great, but they do everything very, very good. They don't seem to get in a big hurry. They just stay in their lanes. They do what they're supposed to do. They take the things that you want to do away from you. And so far they've been very impressive in this first quarter and minute into the second.
O'Brien inside is 20 for his third punt of the night. His previous 2 punts, not very good.
Much
but
better.
This one, it was a boomer. Good hang time. It rolls inside the 10, down to the 5. Chase it down. Trojans will mark it at the 1 yard line.
Wow.
Flag down, Ted. Flag down back here at the 36-yard line. Let's wait before we get too excited about it.
I mean, that's a 67-yard punt.
67-yard punt. His long previously, 64. Against Warren Central in week 1. They're discussing the penalty. Again, it's here on the near sideline. That's where Ryan Pendergraft was lined up here on the right side, split out for the Trojans. And it's about 5 or 6 yards off the line of scrimmage.
I mean, usually on a punt, you either have a hold or you have a block in the back. Well, it's not down where you would have a block in the back, so it's not that. So you wonder what it's going to be.
Holding against LaSalle. Should be able to decline it. They'll take the punt.
Yeah.
And it will be down to the 1 yard line. So Matt O'Brien goes from a 12-yard punt to an 18-yard punt to a career best 67-yard punt.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm, Ted.
Well, let's just say that we're moving in the right direction.
Actually, looking at the official stats online, they're going to give him credit for a 70-yard punt. So we're getting him 70 yards on that punt.
Wow. I thought the line of scrimmage was 33 or 32, something like that. But, again, I've never understood why wherever you place kick from, they give you a 40-yarder if you're kicking from the 30. But punting, they always take it from the line of scrimmage. I mean, why? I mean, the guy's 15 yards back. He ought to get the full amount. So, all right. Well, here's a big chance for Center Grove to take some of the momentum away from LaSalle right here. I mean, they've got 99 yards to go. Now, you don't want to fall asleep out there. You want to keep this momentum. You want to, stay in your lanes, stay disciplined, do the things that you need to do, because all of a sudden somebody breaks something and there's nobody behind you, somebody can run a long way. So very important to stay disciplined down here on defense and don't think you just got to run in there and knock them down for a safety. I don't know what's taking so long here. The official came over and talked to the LaSalle sideline, and now he's going back. He's all the way over talking to Eric Moore. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but it looks like the LaSalle kicking team might be coming back on the field. I don't know.
Again, there was a holding call here on the edge on Ryan Pendergraft on the punt. Again, it's a 70-yard punt by Matt O'Brien. I would believe the Trojans can decline it, take the punt, and leave the ball at the 1 yard line. Let's play some football. Coach Moore still out there having a discussion with the head official. Ted, I hate to say it, but it's not easy going on the road anywhere, but especially when you go across state lines. Again, you go from Indiana to Ohio, and you just don't know what you're going to run into. Interpretations of certain things could be different from one state to another. Coach Moore still upset, and he remains on the field. The official is walking down to midfield, and are we going to repunt this? They're going to take Matt O'Brien's 70-yard punt away. I believe they're going to make Center Grove repunt this.
Well, they must have made the wrong. I mean, they're saying it's holding against Center Grove now.
Oh, they pointed the wrong direction?
Now they're saying it's holding against Center Grove.
How can you hold when
you're
actually
running? When somebody's trying to block you, when you're trying to get down. I mean, Pendergraft is who they called. There's no way that it could be a hold.
So now you're going to nullify a career-best 70-yard punt by Matt O'Brien. They're going to say holding here on the edge against the Center Grove Trojans. One would think that's Ryan Pendergraft, number 34, because he was the one split out here to the right side, and that's where the flag was thrown. And
well, let's assume that maybe he threw the flag, but he saw somebody, that was tight to the line that was holding.
Blocking on the line.
Anyway, whatever comes of this, I mean, Center Grove's got to repunt the football.
Well, Ryan, see, look at Ryan Pendergraft. See, he's having a discussion with the official, so it's on Ryan. He's trying to explain himself to the official here on the near side. So they threw that on number 34, Pendergraft. Again, he's the guy that splits out here to the right side. So take away a 70-yard punt.
The most important thing here is you need to put this behind you. You need to hit a good punt. You need to get out there, and you need to use this as motivation to start playing better. Okay? You've gotten a really poor call. They've taken it away from you. I mean, play with a chip on your shoulder and play a little upset.
So it's a 10-yard penalty, and another flag goes down. The ball goes to just inside the 45-yard line. Another flag down. And Ryan Pendergraft, he mixes things up with Cameron Bolden. They went after each other following the play. Now what are we going to have? Penalty at the 38-yard line, and all of a sudden – things are getting a little chippy between Center Grove and LaSalle, and to be honest with you, Ted, that may be something that wakes Center Grove up. They need something to give them some kind of an edge here.
Yeah, it's getting very chippy. I mean, this time it's holding. I think it's against LaSalle. At least that's the way they're pointing. That's the way they pointed originally the other time.
It's against Bolden. Bolden and Pendy were locking up here on the outside. The first time they put it against Pendy, and this time they put it against Bolden. The punt.
But you need to take this energy and use it to your advantage. Don't go over there and say, we come on the road and we got screwed. Hey, okay, you got a bad call. You're going to get some bad calls. The officials are going to make some mistakes, but you need to use this to your advantage. The rest of the half, play with a chip on your shoulder, get in at halftime, talk about it, make some changes, make some adjustments, and start playing better. Right now, LaSalle has just outplayed us to this point.
LaSalle from its own 33 flags down. A lot of movement on the
They're offside.
line of
We're
scrimmage.
Offsides. They blew it dead.
So Matt O'Brien's last punt covers 38 yards. 10-yard penalty assessed against LaSalle for holding. And this will be a false start against the Lancers. So all of a sudden, Ted, you mentioned it in the pregame show, this is a fairly young LaSalle team. They're up and coming, very, very talented, but they do make mistakes, and sometimes you can associate that with being young.
Yeah, and so far Center Grove has made the same type of mistakes tonight. They've had penalties and just not been as sharp, and that's where the seniors, Ackerman and Luke and some of these guys, they need to gather these guys together, gather the troops, and say, hey, guys, it's time for us to start playing football the way we play football.
From the gun, passes batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Important to get your hands up. Yeah, important to get your hands up. 17, Watson is not a really big guy. I mean, and he likes to fake it in there and then kind of throw it quickly. And you see, if you watch the NFL, Drew Brees sometimes has a hard time seeing over those big guys. The same type of thing. If you're a defensive lineman, if you can't get there, at least get your hands up and make the throwing area difficult to get to.
Amaro bats it down, 2nd and 15. Dylan Dallas got the sack. Dylan Dallas sacks the quarterback, Watson, all the way back to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, a little different energy right there. I mean, you could see the just total different amount of focus and energy right there. This is the Center Grove team we're used to seeing, playing with a lot of pride and playing with a chip on your shoulder at all times. Tonight they came out and they did not have that. When I watched them warm up, I didn't think that they had it. I knew that they weren't ready to play, and the officials might have just done us a favor right there with that one call.
6th sack of the season for Dylan Dallas, a loss of 13 yards. Screen pass, it's complete down the sideline. They push him out of bounds. Nice play by LaSalle. Jeremy Larkin, the sophomore running back. They got him out into some space, picks up good yardage, but he is well short of the first down. They'll mark it at the 34-yard line, and we'll see the punting unit for the first time tonight for LaSalle. And, Ted, they've got a heck of a punter. He's averaging 38, almost 39 yards a punt.
He's the wide receiver, and he's also the backup quarterback, right?
He is. And he's only a sophomore.
So stay focused here on what you're doing. Make sure that he punts the football away, first of all.
Drew Chrisman, his name, very high. Making the catch is Ackerman at the 31-yard line, and they're going to drive him down at the 31-yard line. So he got maybe a loss of a yard. They're going to mark him at the 30. So a great punt by LaSalle, and the Trojans have the football. 9:23 to play. We're in the second quarter. LaSalle 10, Center Grove 0. The Lancers scored their 10 points in the first quarter. Neither team yet to score here in quarter number 2.
Luke needs to get these guys up to the line of scrimmage. He needs to get them fired up, and he needs to get them into a rhythm. I mean, when the offense for Center Grove flows and is best, it's when they're in a really good rhythm. He needs to get them to playing a little faster than they've been playing.
36 yards for Chrisman on the punt. Now we'll see Max the Rocket Norris for a couple of yards to that far side.
Patton made a nice tackle right there, number 7. He's his family's sitting right here below us, number 7. They call him Mr. Lockdown. How about that? There you go.
Ted, we have a lot of people tuning in tonight. It is fall break for Center Grove. Off this week and next week, our good buddy Bo Barrett and his family watching from Walt Disney World in Florida. So a shout out to the Barrett family tonight.
Say hello to Mickey.
Calvert's got a man, Logan
wide
Hudson.
open.
He's
gone.
Gonna go, baby.
Go. Gone.
Touchdown, Center Grove.
Great
Logan
throw.
Hudson.
Great throw by Luke right there. He's able to get it out in front of Hudson. He's able to fight off the defender, catch it in space, and take it the 35 yards after the catch for a touchdown.
66 yards for Logan Hudson. What a pass by Luke Calvert. The senior, now 16 touchdown passes.
Their pass defense had been stellar all night. I mean, we were not even able to hardly complete passes. They had done such a good job, and then all of a sudden they've left somebody wide open, and a little bit like their offense, it looked like they kind of fell asleep there. I think that some of the young kind of comes out there. It showed up.
Seth Northern bangs in the extra point kick, makes it now 10-7. The Trojans down by 3 with 8:37 to play here in the first half. And Ted, you played for a great coach in Bob Knight, and I think Coach Eric Moore across the way pulled a Bob Knight in a way, is that he used that penalty to fire up his team. He stayed out on the field for some time. He got the crowd behind him over there.
No question.
He got his players fired up, and all of a sudden the Trojans are playing with an edge.
Yeah, because, I mean, you have to take it and use it to your advantage is what you need to do. I mean, rather than use it as negative energy and pour us and, we can't drive all the way over here and we get a bad call. I can't believe it. Hey, you're going to get some bad calls. You got to use it as a positive for you. Look, hey, if they're going to come over and do this, okay, let's, it's time for us to start playing football the way that Center Grove plays football. And so far, they had not been playing that. The last defensive stand and that offensive stand looked like a much different football team than I saw warming up here tonight and in the first quarter.
Ring the bell for that touchdown for the Trojans. That's another $10 from the Center Grove Gridiron Club, donated to the Tyler Jenikin Foundation to aid in the fight against cancer. 8:37 to play, first half, 10-7
Look
LaSalle.
how short they are. They're way up. Begging them to kick it to him.
Snyder drills it inside the 15-yard line. Good return for the Lancers to the 35-yard line. Phil Anderson with the return, junior, giving his Lancers the football at the 35.
Well, let's see what the defense does this time. Dylan Dallas really made a huge play right there. Just played, made a huge sack in the backfield. We knocked a pass down when they tried to throw the pass. Just a much more alert defense than we were in the first quarter.
Watson pitches it to his right. Good run for the Lancers to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, if you're the Lancers here, LaSalle, you would like to kind of get things back to where you had them. You were moving the chains. You were methodically kind of moving the football up and down the field, passing the ball, running the ball, fake handoff here and there. You really had it going in your direction. Now you've got a first down, or you've got good yardage on first down, so you're into a second down and 4 positions. So you would like to get that momentum back on your side if you're LaSalle.
Jeremy Larkin, sophomore running back, with 6 yards on that carry. Stop made by Keith Sears and Cole Fresher. Pass. Did he hang on or did he drop it?
He caught it.
He did hang on. He bobbled it as he was being hit from behind, and he is near the first down marker, maybe just short.
Yeah, about a yard short. Yeah, yard short. 3rd down and 1.
Great hands to hang on.
If you could stop them here, it would be big because they would probably have to punt. I mean, they're probably, when they're on the wrong side of the 50, probably not going to go for it. If they get it, it's going to be difficult. Quarterback run.
Keith made a 3-yard catch, and the quarterback is
Ackerman
dropped for a loss.
That one out.
Ackerman, Dylan Dallas, and many others in on the tackle.
Did you see how Ackerman went from his safety position and jumped into a position like a corner? He knew exactly. He's done his homework. He knew exactly what play they were running right there. He knew they liked to run that in that 3rd down position. They had about 10 guys in the box right there. There was no chance that they were going to get a yard.
Drew Chrisman on his first punt tonight, 36 yards. Again, he's averaging almost 39. He's put 4 inside the 20. He'll punt this from his own 30-yard line. Ackerman will let it bounce, and they'll tap the ball at the 20. He knocked it at the 20, and that's where they're going to mark it down at the 21-yard line. So the Trojans take control with 6:41 to play here in quarter number 2 on the west side of Cincinnati against this LaSalle Lancers team. And Center Grove making a comeback, trailing 10-0 after the first quarter. The Trojans have scored here in quarter number 2 to pull within 3, 10-7.
Well, you're always interested to see how your troops are going to play when they're behind, when things aren't going so well. And for Luke to make that big throw, Hudson to make the big catch, really, really helps things.
Physical running play up the gut by Lane Morris. Excuse me, that's going to be Titus McCoy, the freshman Titus McCoy. I was looking at the stat sheet for just a second. 36 yards on that last punt for LaSalle. So McCoy picks up some decent yards on first down, picks up 4. Ted, we don't have Rick here tonight, but you know what? I got this laptop here, Ted. I got live stats. It's like an automated version of Rick Embry. Technology replacing Rick Embry, or is he not replaceable?
Well, his wife told me that he was not replaceable, and she was sure of that, and so I'm going to believe what she said.
And Rick wanted to let you know the Dodgers-Cardinals are first pitch is at 8:30, so we're about almost 15 minutes roughly from first pitch.
That means I can listen to a majority of that on the way home maybe tonight, someplace on my radio.
That will keep you awake. The Trojans faced with 3rd and 4. Back-to-back runs by McCoy. So 3rd and 4. And Luke Calvert, shotgun formation.
Oh, they moved.
Calvert wanted the snap, but Vance, the center, did not give him the football. So movement by Center Grove. 5-yard penalty against the Trojans.
Well, you had a lot of options at 3rd down and 4. I mean, you could run the football, you could pass the football, you could go back to throw the football and then run the football from the quarterback position. Now you're probably going to have to throw the football. So I would see that you'll probably see 3 or 4 wide right now. Yep. 4 guys wide.
3rd and 9, the call. Calvert stands tall in the pocket. It is complete to Veneto. He's going to go.
Go. He's gone.
He's got elite speed. Touchdown.
Great catch.
Justin Veneto.
Great throw to dig it out. He dug it out between 2 defenders, and then you want to know if the guy's fast? Wow.
78-yard touchdown pass to Veneto.
Picking him up and laying him down right there. I mean, he looked like Stoner out there in the wide open. I mean, he was nobody getting even close to him as he wanders into the end zone. A LaSalle defense that had looked so good, especially in the pass defense, and then 2 times in a row just totally fell asleep and left receivers wide open. It looked like they were going to they were in position to knock that football away as the kick goes up and it is good. And they were in perfect position to knock that football away, but he just fought for it, came down with it, and took it into the end zone.
Longest pass for Luke Calvert this season. That one for 78 yards. Center Grove in front, 14-10 over the LaSalle Lancers after trailing 10-zip. The Trojans have scored 14 unanswered points here in quarter number 2, 4:36 to play until halftime. And again, Vedeto, a state champion, MIC champion in hurdles. And Ted, the way he runs, you can see why. He was picking them up and putting them down.
Oh, he was.
That was some pretty good
there
form
was
running.
nobody gaining on him, I can tell you that. As he, from about the 30-yard line, he just ran away from him. I mean, he was gaining about 3 or 4 yards every 5. He was the class of the field in that race, but still a great throw by Luke to pick him out. And but still, it was a great catch. I mean, it wasn't just a catch, pass and catch type thing. He had to go up between 2 defenders, pick it out of there, and then fight his way into the open and get it into the end zone.
Another $10 for the Tyler Jenikin Foundation to aid in the fight against cancer, being donated by the Center Grove Gridiron Club. And the football to the 25-yard line.
Perfect. Exactly what they wanted to do.
The sophomore, Nathaniel Snyder. Nice sky kick.
Last time they kind of coaxed us into kicking it all the way back there, and they returned it out to about the 40. That time we pooch kicked it, and he pooch kicked it perfectly. The guy backing up is the one who caught it, fell down, and they have to take over on their 25. So they've got a long way to go here with 4:29 left in the half.
Quarter number 1 goes to LaSalle. So far, quarter number 2 belonging to the Center Grove Trojans. They do the little toss to the right, and it didn't work the first time, and Ted, it doesn't work the second time. That did not fool the Trojan defense.
The Trojan defense just playing with a lot more tenacity here in the second quarter. It's a totally different, football is an emotional game, and you have to play with tremendous amounts of emotion, especially on defense. I mean, you got to get yourself fired up to play and to hit people and to knock people down and do the thing. And we were not very emotional. We were not playing like it in the first quarter, but a much different defense here in the second quarter.
2 yards on the run play for LaSalle, and now the quarterback is going to go down again. Dylan Dallas and Tyler Amaro together, they take him down. Second sack of the night on Watson. But credit the secondary. The Center Grove defense and the secondary did a great job covering up the receivers. They made Watson check off to his second receiver, and Ted, he just did not have time.
Yeah, early in the game, he was just back there like a shooting gallery. I mean, he was just picking them off, just throwing wherever he wanted to, throwing to each receiver. I mean, taking his time. There was no pressure on him. Be sure and thank that official who made that blunderous call on the punt, because that play right there has turned this game around.
3rd and 21, a loss of 12 yards on the sack. They give credit to Tyler Amaro on that sack. Pass is complete to the 25-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage, 10 yards shy of the first down. And once again, we'll see the sophomore punter for LaSalle.
Center Grove should get this back in great field position. I mean, he's going to be kicking this from back around his own 15-yard line. Center Grove should get this between the 40 and 50-yard line, even if he hits a good one.
Brock with the reception of 11 yards, well short of the first down. He was covered up by Keith Sears. Chrisman inside the 15. High punt, very beautiful punt. Ackerman calls for a fair catch at his own 34-yard line.
Yeah, the good thing about the punt is how much air he puts under it. He allows his team to get down and cover it, and so it makes it very difficult to return. So that's always the best thing that a punter can do is the hang time. I mean, not only hitting it a long way, but the hang time, which prevents you returning the kick.
Ted, Luke Calvert's grandparents, they're watching tonight from Barberville, Kentucky. So a hello to the Farmer family watching tonight from good old Barberville, Kentucky. And Ted, I hate to say it, but they are UK fans down there in Barberville, Kentucky. And of course, you being a great and former IU basketball player.
I don't have any problem with those people from Kentucky. Heck, I mean, they all root for Kentucky. It don't matter where you are. I guess there's a little group of them there around Louisville that actually root for the Cardinals, but it don't matter. Otherwise, it don't matter if you're in Paducah or if you're in the mines in the east part of Kentucky. They all root for the Wildcats. I hear they're supposed to be good this year. I saw they came out number 1 yesterday.
Loss of yardage on the first down play for the Center Grove Trojans. A flag against Center Grove. It was holding, but the Lancers declined the holding call. The play will stand.
I think we're having a helmet issue right here. I don't think he can get his helmet snapped.
Center Grove losing 7 yards.
Yeah, what happened was they lost 7 yards, and it was a holding call on Center Grove. They were holding in the backfield, but rather than take it back 10 more yards and it'd be first down and 27, they just said, we'll take it second down and 17. So Center Grove has some work in front of them right here.
Second and 16 for the Trojans from their own 29-yard line. Inside 2 minutes to play, second quarter. Center Grove in front, 14-10. Max Norris gets outside across the 40. They wrap him up just short of the 45. Best run of the night for the Rocket, Max Norris.
He got it all the way out there, but only about a yard short of the first down, I think, by the time they... Yeah, he's only about a yard short. That's a heck of a run. LaSalle not near as sharp as they were early, and I don't know if Center Grove is just that much better now that they're focused in or what, but Center Grove is a much better football team here in the second quarter than LaSalle.
Lane Morris, first down. North, south, downhill running by your senior fullback, Lane Morris, to the 50-yard line.
Keep an eye on the clock. Only a minute 35 and running, so down to a minute 30 now. So you want to make sure, every time you move the chains, the clock stops. Otherwise, you're going to have to start using your timeouts.
Well, Ted, they moved the chains, and they did not stop the clock. So maybe on Ohio, they do not stop the clock when they move the chains. Going for it all to Hensley. Incomplete pass. Good effort by Hensley. Good coverage by Kevin Ferguson. He's a junior defensive back.
Yeah, it looked like Patton back there, number 7. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
yes.
it's Patton.
Ralph
Mr.
Patton.
Lockdown. Come on.
Lockdown.
What you talking about? Anyway, it was a great play by Devin right there in that he went up at his highest point and tried to use his body to shield him, but Patton did a nice job of getting his hand in there and knocking it away.
A minute 14 to play, second quarter. Counter crisscross, and LaSalle.
Yeah, it didn't work. We're going to have to call a timeout.
Was not fooled one bit. Loss of a yard.
So it's third down and about 12.
Trojans did not call a timeout. The clock continues to tick with a minute to play here in the opening half.
Yeah, he'll use his timeouts if needed once we see what happens on this play. He's still going to have 30 seconds or so left. And he'll decide. If they don't get it, obviously you don't want to use a timeout. If you do get it, you will.
Third and 11. Calvert stands tall in the pocket, dumps it underneath to the freshman, Titus McCoy. He cuts it back. He gets a couple of blocks in the open field. He picks up the first down. Now the Trojans will call a timeout.
Clock should stop. It does. Clock stops as the chains will move.
26 seconds to play.
They shouldn't have to call a timeout.
They
ought to be able to clock it here. I mean, I would probably go up and maybe throw it in, just down it.
At the moment, they did not.
Okay, clock starts again right now once the chains are moved.
Did not call a timeout, so the clock rolls. 20 seconds to play. Calvert going for it all, looking for Hensley. Contact.
Yep.
Flag out.
But remember,
flag on the play.
I mean, it's not a spot foul in high school. I mean, he did a nice job of the defender pushing him, so that'll be a 15-yard penalty at pass interference.
On Ralph Patton moments ago, he made a nice play, but here,
but most
Mr.
importantly,
Lockdown gets a penalty.
You have to keep watching the clock here. It's down to 16.9. You can't let that get away from him. Obviously, Eric will watch that over there, and he'll call the timeouts because they still have timeouts available.
Trojans would need to get the ball at around the 25-yard line to get in field goal range, and right now the football's inside the 20, so they are in field goal range. Seth Northern on the season, 2 out of 3 on field goals. 16 seconds to play here in the first half. Trojans 14, Lancers 10. Calvert from the gun, looking right, throwing right, going to the end zone, picked off. He was looking for Hensley, and he's picked off. Picked off at about the 5-yard line.
Wow. Let's give Patton credit. He's done a nice job back there. He's knocked the ball down 2 or 3 times. He just really he walked Calvert right into that one right there. I mean, he's backed up like he was going to go to the corner, and then he stepped right up in the throwing zone and just picked that one off.
Third interception for Patton. He leads this Lancer team in INTs. 8 seconds to play.
Center Grove, be aware here for a throw and then start pitching it around, something like that. There's only 8 seconds left.
Watson looking here to the near side, airs it out, and the catch is incomplete. The pass was not caught here on the near side. Good coverage by Cole Fresher.
Yeah, 10 should have made that. I mean, Keith should have made that catch. I mean, he saw the football. I don't know that the defender ever saw it. He had the timing to jump for it, but he just not able to come up with it. Even if he did catch it, I don't know what you're going to do with it. The clock's probably going to run out.
1.3 seconds to play now. Opening half. One last play, barring a defensive penalty. Watson across the middle. It is complete, and the Trojans put a good hit on the receiver, and they drop him at the 45-yard line. That is Derek Keefe with the reception.
Pad the stats, you know.
I guess you can say so.
Yes, sir.
14-10, the Center Grove Trojans lead it by 4 here at intermission at LaSalle High School in Cincinnati after trailing 10-zip after the first quarter. The Trojans come back with 14 unanswered points in quarter number 2 to take a 4-point lead here at intermission. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we will have the Ray Skillman Automotive Group halftime show. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
Our most successful tent sale ever has ended. At Ray Skillman, we've traded for a great selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, and SUVs, domestics and imports. Go south and save thousands. Don't miss this opportunity to take advantage of these one-owner tent sale trade-ins. Only at Ray Skillman Buick GMC Truck and Southside Imports, just 1/2 mile north of the Greenwood Park Mall on US 31 South. Hurry, the sale is on, and they won't last long. And Ray Skillman has over 1,200 other certified used cars to choose from.
For just 2% of a typical school's budget, high school sports give us plenty of energy and excitement. For just 2%, they also give us young people whose leadership and commitment to excellence will pay big dividends in our community for years to come. 2%, that's one investment we can all feel good about. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure launching pad for life.
Ray Skim's got your truck, man, big and little trucks, man, integrated locations, man, Skim's got your truck, man. He's got SUVs, crossovers, long bed, short bed, flatbed, dump cab, crew cab, cinder cab, half-ton, 3/4 ton, 1-ton, high cube van, cargo van, diesel engine, gas in stock, or custom in the color you want, man. Ray Skim's got your truck, man, big and little trucks, man, integrated locations, man, Skim's got your truck, man. Ray Skillman's got your truck, man.
Welcome back to Cincinnati, Ohio at LaSalle High School. We are at intermission. The Center Grove Trojans, after trailing 10-zip after the first quarter, find themselves now in front, 14-10 here at halftime. We welcome you to the Ray Skillman Automotive Group halftime show. Ray Skillman, a proud supporter of Center Grove Trojan football. Ray Skillman, where we stack them deep and sell them cheap. And special guests join us here at halftime. Larry Calvert, he is the president of the Center Grove Football Parents Club. And Larry, it takes a lot of parent involvement and time and coordination to get the players from Center Grove to Cincinnati. And you and a lot of parents that volunteer put a lot of work together this week to coordinate everything. And I think so far we've seen a great first half from Center Grove. But again, just a big thank you to you and the parents for supporting the Trojans.
Well, Kevin, thanks a lot for having us on. Certainly it takes tremendous amount of support, volunteering for our fundraisers, volunteering for each of our games. You know, tonight we left Indy about 1 o'clock, came down here, and actually set up the helmet. So the players brought their charter buses down, walked through the helmet. Then they went to a large room at a local Greensburg hotel, and they treated us very well. And they got to eat and tape and get ready for the game there about halfway down. Then we brought them into the stadium here. So I think that kind of puts their routine together. They're used to walking through the helmets. We've done this for years at any away games or real long away games. So worked out really well, I think.
Larry, your son Luke, he's having a brilliant senior season. He played last year starting quarterback for the Trojans, but boy, he has been on fire here his senior season. I know you're one proud dad.
Very much so. I would first, of course, give a shout to his receivers on his line. He would do the same. And he is, I've been very proud of him, and he's doing a great job, I think, being a leader first. And then, of course, bringing it onto the field. Hopefully, 4 for 10 in the first half wasn't very good, but they got 2 TDs and got us back in the game. So that's good to see.
Yeah, as this felt like it's difficult. The Center Grove School Corporation on fall break this week and next week, not to make excuses, but the players this week, they're not in their normal routine of getting up early, going to school, and then practicing right after school. And I just felt like maybe the Trojans making that 2-hour bus trip down here a little sluggish in that first quarter.
Agreed.
But again, I tip my hat to Coach Eric Moore. He's such a veteran coach. He took an opportunity to really get the team fired up in quarter number 2, really disagreeing with the call by one of the officials. And it seemed like the Trojans responded in the way that they needed to and really brought that energy and enthusiasm here in quarter number 2 to get this lead.
You know, I wasn't listening to Ted, but I'm sure he said something like the fact that we got to quit watching the ball game and actually play the ball game. And we can't blame the referees. We can't blame the dark field. We can't blame the great settings here. We got to come play real football. And I think the mid-conference was represented well in the second quarter finally. Right. And let's hope they do the second half.
Larry, next week the state tournament begins, and obviously the big goal every year for the Center Grove Trojans is win a sectional, win a regional, Sim State, and ultimately win a state championship, and that's the exact same goal again this year. And I know you and the Parents Club do a lot of work to really ramp up hard the players and get them ready for the postseason. You
know, very much so. We've got a good draw for sectional, everyone knows, but you got to play every game. You can't look past anyone. You know, Parents Club is really about this season. Each year we take care of this season from all the fundraising, taking care of all the players, and then we have the Gridiron Club helps capital programs, and Aaron Holtz will talk about that momentarily. But I will tell you that I think it's really special. These guys have been together since second grade. They've been running some version of the wing T offense. Certainly Luke's been passing that long. They've been together like brothers, as they all say. And so I think they're ready for a deep run in the playoffs.
A big event that the Center Grove Parent Club does every year. It's the 31st annual Center Grove Football Holiday Gift and Craft Fair, which will be Saturday, November the 2nd at Center Grove High School. And the doors will open at 8:30 in the morning. And right now, Larry, there's roughly 240 exhibitors for the craft fair, which will showcase, holiday decor, handmade items, and many other gift options. And again, this is one of the biggest fundraisers for the Center Grove football program.
It really is. I'm amazed. I just came out of a week at Gatlinburg, Tennessee, where we went through one of those. I escorted my wife through one, and ours is bigger than theirs. Let me tell you, this is a great fundraiser. It helps us offset the cost of the players to play, offset the cost of the food. We have them through summertime, through all the season. So it really is important, and I certainly encourage everyone to come out and support that. It's really neat.
Again, that's coming up Saturday, November the 2nd at Center Grove High School. It's the 31st annual Center Grove Football Holiday Gift and Craft Fair. And Larry, before we let you go, I know your in-laws, we just did a shout-out. They're listening tonight from Barberville, Kentucky, the Farmer family, and I know they're very proud of Luke and what he's accomplished here this season and with the rest of the Center Grove Trojans. But again, it's been a special ride. MIC champs 2 years in a row, 5th time in school history being MIC champs. But I know this has been a special senior season.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Again, appreciate all your efforts with Matt and Kyle and the gang to bring us online. I hear often when it's not working. I know immediately when there's a glitch in the internet, usually on their end, not yours, quite frankly. But it's really special. I don't know, 130 or so are online at a time, usually per game. 500. Okay, don't tell John's with that. But it has been really improved in the last couple of years. And two things everybody wants. Once they want instant replay. And everybody wants maybe an ID and password. So I'll have Papa Farmer send some money to help pay for all that stuff. And I know my mom and dad in Greenwood are home listening. So, again, thanks for all your efforts. You guys are here 2 hours before game time setting up. Got great, new 5 taking care of us. Kevin's taking care of us. So, from a Parents Club, I'll give you guys a shout-out back. But thanks so much for all your help. I appreciate it.
All right, Larry Calvert from the Center Grove High School Football Parents Club. Thank you very much, Larry. Again, he's the president this year. We are at halftime. Center Grove in front, 14-10 over the LaSalle Lancers here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The final regular season game for the Center Grove Trojans before beginning state tournament play next Friday night back home at Ray Skillman Stadium against the New Albany Bulldogs. And now stepping up to the mic is Aaron Holt from the Center Grove Gridiron Club, president, and just to let all of our fans tuning in tonight, if it wasn't for Aaron and the Center Grove Gridiron Club, we would not be able to broadcast these games every Friday night to all the Trojan fans throughout the nation and throughout the world. And Aaron, to that, thank you very much. You guys do great work at the Gridiron Club, getting the sponsorship dollars so we can put on a great broadcast every Friday night.
Well, we're happy to do it. Thanks for having me on, and a lot of the credit goes to guys that, don't have kids in the program anymore, but they're still coming around. In fact, they're here tonight, and that's the Adams family, the Llewellyns, the Dukes. I can go on and on, the Deedles. I mean, they're here tonight. They're still working, and because of them and what they started, it allows you and all of us to enjoy an unbelievable season, and even tonight it's an electric atmosphere, and I'm happy that people back home that couldn't make the trip can see it.
Aaron, the Trojans, a little bit of a slow start tonight. We've seen this now 3 times this season. We saw a slow start against Lawrence North. Of course, the Trojans rallied to win big that night. A little bit of a slow start against Ben Davis. Did not rally and lost that football game against the Giants. But the Trojans really stepped it up here in quarter number 2.
They did, and I think a little bit of that, there's 3 ways to look at it. I think part of that was just us being on fall break and kind of out of the custom of having a long travel, a little bit out of our original things, the way we do things around here. The Lancers came out. They have a lot to play for tonight, and I wouldn't normally say this, but for a while there I thought I was in a scene from the Remember the Titans when it was very one-sided. We had to battle through making our own plays and not worrying about the calls that were being made on the field. So I think they did a good job, and after that fiasco with the holding and the punt, quite frankly, I think it kind of woke them up a little bit, and hopefully they come out the second half and really take it to them and make a statement.
Aaron, the Trojans last week secured the conference title with the win against North Central back at home, and from my last reports, I'm hearing that Carmel is winning big over Ben Davis, 24-7 last report. So it looks like Carmel might be on its way to share the title with the Center Grove Trojans. But I was talking to Ted early on in the broadcast, comparing this season back to 2008. In 2008, Center Grove played an Ohio team. Dayton Carroll beat them. The Trojans had 1 loss in the conference, won the conference title back in 08, and of course went on to win the state championship. So what I'm getting at is hopefully the Trojans can take care of this Ohio team tonight and make another run to a state championship this season.
There's a lot of similarities between the 2 teams back in 2008 and then what we're seeing here tonight, and a lot of it goes to the leadership of the seniors that are out there on the field, and they've also had some underclassmen help them and step up, but there's some stability. These guys have played a lot of football throughout their younger years together as a team. They're unified, and I just think that helps them as they move through the season be able to take on a really difficult schedule, and it's proven to be true here this season, and if we can finish it off tonight, it would be a fantastic way to go into the playoffs.
Aaron, something that Larry alluded to with the Center Grove Football Parent Club, they pretty much take care of the needs of this season for the football players and this year's football team. Now, you as the president of the Center Grove Gridiron Club, you kind of look at the overall picture for Center Grove football, not only this season but for the future. And you're also involving ideas with the middle school programs and the Bantam program, the feeder program, if you will. You kind of look at the big picture. I know a lot of people hear about the Center Grove Gridiron Club but not always understand exactly the role of the Gridiron Club. Explain the role for all of our viewers tonight.
Yeah, the Parents Club is more for that team that year, even though we might do a few things here and there for the current season. Our view is more for the broader picture in the future. And no question, probably 85% is targeted towards the high school, but we're also focusing on the Bantam program and the middle schools and how we can improve. And there's a lot of things that we have to work on and still get better, and we need help. And so anybody out there listening, we need people to step up and help us be creative in how we can make the environment better, but how we can become self-sufficient as a football program, not only on the high school level, but all the way through and continue to the success that was really started when Coach Moore got here nearly 15 years ago. And we have ideas, but it's hard putting them together. And if we can become self-sufficient, it allows us to do some very, very special things. And, this year has proven, as we've been getting more and more recognition, not only statewide but national, a dream come true if we could be the one playing on ESPNU like Carmel and Pike were last week. And our support of our crowd and everything around there is so significant. It deserves, this product deserves to be seen more by people not only in the state of Indiana but in the Midwest and nationwide.
Aaron, also something we've had the opportunity to do is become a great community event as the Middle School Central and North 7th and 8th grade football games. We've been able to broadcast those games the last now 3 years, and we did it again this year, you and I doing the games. And again, that draws about a couple thousand fans. Again, we're talking 7th and 8th grade football. Most varsity programs would kill to have 2,000 fans come out and support them. But again, I thought we had another successful night with the rivalry games.
Nothing better than to see a couple middle school games with a jam-packed crowd and everybody coming together at the end of those games. And you and I sit there and we look at it, and every year you just wonder, are we going to continue to have the people come back and support the high school? And when you have a jam-packed home crowd between a couple games of middle school, the future looks bright, and those people are excited to be a part of this and get over to the high school. And it just keeps moving on and on and on, and it's about tradition here at Center Grove. And I'm glad we're able to show those games. There's a lot of parents and other folks grandparents rather, that can't see the games or can't get there. They can get on the computer and see it. And tomorrow we're going to get the opportunity to do it for the freshmen and JV as well, as a token to them and their hard work, being able to show this game live for their last game of the season.
Aaron Holt, again, thank you for what you do for Center Grove football, especially for our Center Grove broadcast on Friday nights. It's been a real joy. It's hard to believe now. I've been a part of this since 2008, and I think it's become part of the tradition, and it's just great to be able to do this every Friday night. But again, big thank you to you and your Gridiron board for everything you guys do for Center Grove football.
Well, you guys do a great job. You and Ted and Rick Embry, who's normally here, and Matt Murray on the video, and it's such an exciting thing that we're able to be able to put on, and the way you guys do it, it's very, very professional. And Larry Calvert's been great. As Luke goes out and he's the outgoing president for Parents Club, I just want to tell him thanks. And it's just a neat way to end the year here in a great environment and get us ready for the sectionals, and I appreciate everything you guys do.
All right, Aaron Holt, president of the Center Grove Gridiron Club, kind enough to join us here at halftime on the Ray Skillman Automotive Group halftime show. The Center Grove Trojans lead it 14-10 over the LaSalle Lancers. And again, we appreciate Larry Calvert and Aaron Holt for taking some time to join us here at intermission. The Trojans trailed 10-zip after the first quarter, but in quarter number 2, really got the offense humming, put up a couple of scores to take the lead by 4 here at halftime. Some big plays from senior quarterback Luke Calvert. A 66-yard touchdown pass to Logan Hudson, and then he followed that up with a 78-yard touchdown pass to senior Justin Vedito. And the touchdown to Bettito put Center Grove in front, 14-10. Looking at some of the halftime statistics, Center Grove total yards, 223 yards to LaSalle's 135. Not so many yards on the ground for the Center Grove Trojans. They had 57, but they did limit LaSalle to only 3 yards on the ground. The Trojans very effective, though, with the passing game. 166 yards for Calvert. And Watson, their sophomore quarterback, had 132 yards of passing here in the first half. And Ted Kitchell now rejoins us. Ted, looking at the statistics, again, big plays for the Center Grove Trojans. They're normally kind of that grinded out, long type drives, but here in the first half, it's 2 big plays to Hudson, 66-yard touchdown pass, and the other touchdown pass to Bettito for 78 yards.
Just a total change of your mental approach, the way that you're approaching things. I mean, you talked about 167 yards passing. I mean, that was all in the second quarter. I mean, let's be truthful. In the first quarter, this was a team that wasn't ready to play. They were not playing with much emotion, and we're thankful to only be down 10-0. So all of a sudden, things changed. Some of our leaders, got them in a mode that they were better suited for, and the offense picked things up. Defense really picked things up, led by Dylan Dallas and Ackerman. And it was a different Center Grove team in the second quarter. The Center Grove team that you and I are used to watching, and I'm sure the Center Grove team that Eric Moore expects to watch on a nightly basis.
Halftime score, Carmel leading Ben Davis 24-7. Again, whoever wins that ball game will share the MIC championship with the Center Grove Trojans. Center Grove has concluded its halftime warm-ups as they now head over to their sideline on the far side of the field. The LaSalle Lancers continue to warm up here on the other end of the field. We're about a minute or so from the start of quarter number 3 here in Cincinnati. Center Grove will begin sectional play next Friday night at home against New Albany, 7 o'clock kickoff time. Our pregame show will begin at 6:30, and Coach Eric Moore faced the New Albany Bulldogs back in 2002 in the regional championship, and the Trojans won big back in 2002. And Ted, the only scouting report up to this point on New Albany, what I have heard, is they have a very good running back, but obviously they do not play the competition that Center Grove does in the MIC.
No, there's no question about that. And I'm, one of the first guys to point that out. I just, I see these scores from all over the state. I see Penn, playing great up on the north, and I see somebody in Evansville, Castle, maybe playing good, or we see New Albany. But if you stick those guys in the MIC conference, they'd find the going a little bit more difficult. So in most cases, not always, in most cases when Center Grove goes on the road, when they go south, when we've had to go south and play, whether it be in Bedford or New Albany or Evansville, they've had a tremendous amount of success just because Center Grove is a better football team than the majority of the teams, down there on the south. They would much rather go play one of those teams than have to go up against Warren Central again or Carmel or, one of those teams in the mix.
That concludes the Ray Skillman Automotive Group halftime show. Ray Skillman, where we stack them deep and sell them cheap. Now they put up a couple of more minutes on the clock for some additional warm-up time. Again, temperatures in the 50s here at LaSalle High School.
I'm just glad we're under roof. I'm so happy. Because last night you sent me a note and said we might be on top of the press box, and all I could think about was the 6'8", former Indiana basketball player falling off the press box, killing himself. So I was so excited when I got here tonight and actually had a chair and there was a roof over my head.
That's always a good thing.
Oh, very good.
When we got here early, we did go up there to the very top. They have a tower above the press box. It's scaffolding is what it is.
Oh, boy.
And not very sturdy.
Oh, boy.
And no chairs, no tables, but thankfully we did find space here inside the press box, and we do thank the LaSalle administration for allowing us to broadcast here in the comfy confines of the press box.
Well, you guys have done a great job. You've given us plenty of space, and This is really actually a really neat place kind of down here in a bowl, and they have plenty of room for the kids to play on the ends, and their fans, they have good fans, and Center Grove, a lot of Center Grove people driving down here from the south side, so it's great to see them, and most importantly, it's great to see Center Grove playing the type of football that we're used to watching them play. Let's hope that they've got 2 more quarters of that in them here in the second half.
Ted, when you think of Cincinnati, some things come to mind. Cincinnati Reds baseball, the Big Red Machine. Cincinnati Bengals, they were pretty darn good back in the 80s. The Bearcats, of course, the Big O back in the day.
Skyline Chili.
Skyline Chili.
Definitely Skyline Chili. And
Frisch's Big Boy.
Frisch's Big Boy. And also, if you've lived here, the Montgomery Inn, the ribs at the Montgomery Inn.
And you can never forget one of the all-time great sitcoms, WKRP in Cincinnati.
Exactly. Lonnie Anderson was on that, wasn't she?
She sure was.
Oh, yeah. How about that? Yeah. It's amazing that I remember that she was on there. I don't know why I remember things
You don't remember
like
the big guy, Mr. Carlton?
Yeah.
Or Les Nessman?
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Johnny
I
Fever?
watched that a lot. That was a great show. So, Cincinnati, I mean, we lived here, I think, for about 10 years, I guess. We lived up in Westchester, up in the Lakota School District, and, everybody thought I was an absolute fool when I moved down here and took the job with FootJoy. I didn't know anybody, and my family was screaming at me, and it was 10 of the best years of our lives. We probably would have never moved back other than FootJoy asked me to kind of move back to Indiana since I was from there. But it's a great city. It's an old city, obviously, with the river running through it. You can go downtown and watch the Reds. You can watch professional sports. You can watch college sports. You can watch high school. I mean, it's just got a lot to offer. We lived about 10 minutes from Kings Island, so it's a great city, and we've always had nothing but great times when we've been here in Cincinnati.
We're ready for the second half. Nathaniel Snyder will kick off for the Trojans. Sky kick here to the near sideline. It goes out of bounds at around the 31-yard line. Flag on the play.
35.
35 unless they elect to have it a re-kick, but most likely they take it at the 35.
You remember, they won the toss and they deferred, so that's why they get the football here in the second half. They started on defense to start the game, stopped Center Grove, and then took the ball as soon as they got it, took it right in for a touchdown. So since that time, Center Grove has limited them to only 3 points, but in the second half, second quarter, it was a much different game. Center Grove really didn't allow LaSalle to do anything that they wanted to do. Defense really dominated.
Sophomore quarterback Nick Watson, 132 yards passing in the first half, but the Trojans did sack him a couple of times, and first play from scrimmage, completed pass to the 40. To one of his top receivers, Kevin Ferguson. He's a junior.
I'll tell you, Watson has a nice, easy motion. He doesn't get in a hurry back there. He doesn't get rushed, and by the time he's a senior, I would think he would be awfully good.
Trojans
hit by 90.
Again continue to defend the run very, very well. Kelsheimer leads the attack along with John Dever, number 47. Center Grove's team defense, again, the speed on the defensive side of the ball, Ted, is so impressive.
Yeah, they're very fortunate right there. I thought he had forward progress up to about where he had only lost a couple yards. I mean, they took it all the way. See, their coaches complain. I'm sitting right here on the line. Their back got all the way up to about the 38, 39-yard line, which would have been about a 1-yard loss. Instead, they put it all the way back at the 35, which is about a 6-yard loss.
3rd and 10. Watson getting pressure, and he's going to be sacked a third time. Dylan Dallas got him back at the 25-yard line.
They have not been able to handle number 4, Dylan Dallas. From the second quarter on, he has been a different defender. He's quicker on his feet. He's playing with a lot of emotion, and that's at least the second time he's gotten to the quarterback by himself and taken him down, and he's put pressure on him all night.
10-15 to play, third quarter. Center Grove 14-10 over LaSalle. Punting situation here for the Lancers from their own 10-yard line.
Should get good field position.
Ackerman from his own 38 across midfield.
Good return.
Good block from Dylan Dallas. Gets it to the LaSalle 46-yard line.
About a 15, 20-yard return right there. Start on your own 45. That's not all bad. Again, I think it's important for Luke to get this team in a rhythm. When this offense runs best is when it's really in a nice rhythm, getting in and out of the huddle, calling the plays, doing the things that they need to do and what they do best, whether it's run, pass. Really puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Max Norris on first down.
Gone.
30, 20.
See ya.
Gone. Touchdown. Norris scores. Flag down, Ted. Flag down. Back at the 38-yard line. A Trojan without his football helmet. Flag down. Let's see if it'll stand or not. 46-yard touchdown run by
I think they ripped the guy's helmet
the Rocket.
off. I think it's going to be a personal foul, which will probably be marked off on the kickoff.
46-yard touchdown run by Max Norris if it stands.
Yeah, let's see. They haven't said yet. Luke is celebrating, though, and I would think that if anybody knows, he knows. I mean, he's the quarterback, so I think this is going to be a personal foul and sportsmanlike conduct, and we'll be able to kick off from probably about our own 45. Personal foul. They don't have microphones over here, and we're used to having our refs mic'd. Yeah. So that'll be marked off 15 yards on the kickoff. And from the looks of things, I kind of got the feeling that the guy who didn't have his helmet on got his helmet ripped off. And so somebody was probably upset on the LaSalle defensive line, and they just, kind of took the face mask and ripped the helmet off, and so they called it unsportsmanlike conduct.
High snap. Good job by Siderwitz to get it down. The kick by Seth Northern is good. It's now 20-10. Center Grove by 10. 9:48 to play in the third quarter.
Well, let's remember that this was a 10-0 football game, a 10-0 game that was going nowhere. I mean, they had all the momentum. We looked dead in the water. And Center Grove has totally turned things around. They have dominated this game ever since that one call by the official. They have played with a chip on their shoulder. They have dominated the football game, and they just look like a much better football team than this LaSalle football team right now. I would think we'll probably kick this off from the 45-yard line. So we should easily kick this into the end zone unless we decide this would be the perfect place to pooch kick. Pooch kick it down there about the 10-yard line, 5-yard line, because you're going to be able to cover it so quickly because of the 15-yard penalty. You could even think about onside kicking it. If you onside kick it and don't get it, they're still only going to get it about the 30 or 35-yard line.
Center Grove in front, 21-10, 9:48 to play. Third quarter, Nathaniel Snyder to kick off for the Trojans, and he'll drive it into the end zone for a touchback. It'll be at the 20. Ted, the Trojans continue to play with a lot of energy. Again, a little lethargic in that first quarter, but second quarter and here to start the third quarter, a lot more energy.
Yeah, they were not ready to play when they stepped on the field. In warm-ups, I hate to keep banging on that, but just watching them warm up, they were not the team that I'm used to watching warm up, doing calisthenics and, loosening up, doing their stretching. They were not the same team. But they are that team now, and let's see what changes LaSalle has made, because LaSalle needs to make some changes if they expect things to change.
Watson, nobody open. He scrambles, extends the play, throws on the run here to the near sideline. Did he get the 1 foot in bounds? I believe he did, Ted. That was right in front of us. What a catch.
Wow.
By Kevin Ferguson. He's a junior and makes that spectacular catch. And you're right, what a throw by a sophomore.
Because he was on the move. Now, he was running to his right, which is good for a right-hander, but still, I mean, he made a heck of a throw where he's able to catch it. He could able to tap that toe, keep his toe in bounds, and great pickup for LaSalle.
We lost our internet connection for just a moment. We do apologize. Technology is great when it's working, but sometimes it does go south on you, and we did lose our connection momentarily. And while you were gone, Max the Rocket Norris scored on a 46-yard touchdown run, putting the score now 21-10. Center Grove leads it by 11. We're now in the third quarter, 9 minutes, 34 seconds remaining. LaSalle with the football. 2nd and 10 from its own 43-yard line. Again, the Center Grove Trojans lead it 21-10. 9.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. An incomplete pass by Watson. The Trojans, again, were able to spring Max Norris to the edge. Pretty much broke maybe one tackle and went the distance, 46 yards.
Yeah, I'd say he broke one tackle, but he got out around the edge, and then his speed. I mean, there was nobody even close to him. He just ran away from the pack right there, and the Center Grove team has just run away from this LaSalle team from the second quarter on.
Right at the sticks. Wow. He makes the catch for the first down. Another impressive play by Kevin Ferguson.
And again, a great throw by Watson. I mean, just a good throw and catch right there. I mean, there just was not much room there. That was very well defended by Center Grove.
Ferguson, 352 yards receiving coming into tonight's game. Watson has time. Now here comes Dallas. Now being chased by Dever. Throws on the run. He's got a man. It's complete inside the 20. Another impressive throw and catch for LaSalle.
Well, I mean, this is all number 17 right here. I mean, he's doing it on his own. Nick Watson, only a sophomore, but as I said in the first half, he doesn't seem to get too rushed. He has a lot of confidence in what he's doing. He doesn't get too rushed. They've rushed him out of the – they've pushed him out of the pocket the last two times, but he's been very effective throwing on the run.
9 minutes to play, third quarter, 21-10 Trojans. Watson firing and completing to the sideline.
And that's the play right there when you go down to Keefe right there, who's about 6'5", 6'6". I just don't see any way of stopping that. They threw it up high, and we just don't have a defensive back that can defend that.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
LaSalle needs a score in the worst way.
Going to the end zone, incomplete pass.
Tried to throw a back shoulder to Keefe right there. Keefe continued on, and he didn't come back for the football. In the NFL, they make it look so easy, but you just have no idea the amount of hours that Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and Andrew Luck and everybody else has spent with their receivers so they can read one another, and you just don't see that in the high school level.
Second and goal at the Trojan 8. Inside 9 minutes to play, third quarter. Watson's got a man in the flat wide open. They chop him down at the 1-yard line, and now they're going to say he got in. Wow. Ryan Pendergraft made the tackle, and they're going to give him the touchdown.
Well, let's wait for the replay and make sure that he got. Oh, that's right. We don't have replay. So that looked like that he cut him down at the 1-yard line. But the official was right there on top of it. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he's right. That was a score LaSalle dearly needed right there to stay in this football game. Center Grove had outscored them 21-0, and it was very important for them to get back on the scoreboard.
Rumpke with the PAT kick is good. Touchdown pass from Watson to Ferguson from 8 yards out. And with the PAT kick, it's now a 21-17 ball game. Center Grove in front by 4 with 8:45 to play here in the third quarter.
We talked a lot about this, and we don't know a lot about this LaSalle team. But they just seem to be, from first look in watching them, a very talented team. But like you mentioned, they're a young team, and they tend to make mistakes at times, and they get a little unfocused at times. They seemed like they came out of the blocks tonight very focused on what they needed to do. This was a very important game to get them into the playoffs, and they needed to do whatever they needed to do to get in. And it looked like the first quarter that, that was the team we were going to watch all night. Well, from this, the second quarter, it was a totally different team, a team that didn't move the chains. Center Grove really started dominating. So we'll see if this team is able to continue its good play here in the third quarter.
Rumpke's kick rolls into the end zone for a touchback. Quarter number 3 tonight being presented by Pointer Sheet Metal. When you need to be confident that your project will be handled on time, on budget, and with the quality your standards demand, put Pointer's professionals to work. Pointer Sheet Metal is Indiana's most respected full-service sheet metal and custom metal crafter by bringing deep experience, solid expertise, and dependable performance to projects of all sizes. No job is too large or too small for Pointer's professionals. For more information, go online at pointersheetmetal.com.
Right here is a lot of times where Eric Moore might try to pop one long. He'd try to fake it into the middle and get one of his receivers going long here.
Freshman fullback Titus McCoy to the 25, pick up a 5 yards.
So important to this offense. If you can get 4, 5, 6 yards on the first carry, and all of a sudden now you put yourself in a 2nd down and 5 situation, it just opens up the playbook and makes it so much more difficult to game plan for Center Grove when it's 2nd and 5.
Getting outside is the Rocket.
He's gone again.
Not going to catch him. Just sit back and watch him run.
No
Touchdown,
flags.
Max Norris. Oh my, his second score of the second half.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job. The offensive line, let's give them some kudos. I mean, they're doing a nice job of blocking out there, giving them a chance to get that edge. And
75-yard touchdown run for the Rockets.
Wow, that was quick.
27-17, Center Grove by 10, 8 minutes to play in the third. Seth Northern.
Yeah, LaSalle has not shown that they can stop Center Grove ever since Center Grove got focused on what they're doing offensively. Kicks up and good.
By Seth Northern, PAT is good. Let's ring the bell, Ted. Another $10 from the Center Grove Gridiron Club being donated to the Tyler Jennikin Foundation to aid in the fight against cancer. And it's now 28-17, Trojans by 11 with 8:03 to play in the third quarter. And again, Ted, that's 2 touchdown runs for the Rocket here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and they've really been
pretty much untouched.
Yeah, pretty much untouched. I mean, the line did an outstanding job of blocking. They're getting him out on the edge, and then he's making 1 or 2 guys miss, and boom, he's in the open and gone. So well done by everybody there, and that's what I'm saying, that why it was so important for LaSalle, because they've not shown, their defense has not shown that they can stop this Center Grove offense.
Center Grove in quarter number 2, and now here in quarter number 3. Very impressive. Again, a flat start in the first quarter. Got down 10-0. And then outscored LaSalle 14-zip in quarter 2 to take a 14-10 halftime lead. And here in quarter 3, it's 14 points for the Trojans and 7 for LaSalle. Kick taken from the 24-yard line. Lancers get outside, and they trip him up at the 45. Ryan Pendergraft was able to trip him up. Otherwise, he may have gone for the touchdown. That is Jeremy Larkin he does have a return this year on a kickoff for a touchdown of 90 yards.
Yeah, he just kind of glides. I mean, he catches it, and you don't think he's running that fast until he's run by everybody. Thank God Pendergraph was back there to take him down. But once again, LaSalle, they're going to start in great field position, and they've turned into a team that looks like they're going to throw it about 80% of the time now.
Ball at the Trojan 42. Watson, the sophomore quarterback, rolling and firing, and did he catch it or not? If he did, that's just a heck of a catch. Keegan McFatridge on the coverage, the senior linebacker. He felt like he did not have his foot in bounds, but they're going to give it to him. That is Kevin Ferguson with the reception. Ted, that's impressive.
Well, it's very impressive to catch and to keep his feet down. I mean, I don't think the officials, neither one of them was close enough to really have a very good look whether he did or not. But it's a heck of an effort, and I really appreciate what Moore has done here, Nate Moore, and he started rolling his quarterback out. Touchdown,
LaSalle.
But
22-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, he started rolling his quarterback out to get him away from pressure and giving him a chance to throw the football. And because of it, they've had some success, and they've just scored their second touchdown. This is a team that averages about 37 points a game. So they're a team that can put points on the board. The only thing is they've not been able to stop every team. You know, the better teams have gotten the best of them, St. X, Moeller, Fort Wayne Dwinger. So right now it's just looks like that one's blocked.
Great job by the Trojans. I think that was Alex Ackerman that got in there and blocked it. So the score remains 28-23. Cinegrove by 5. 7 minutes, 42 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Ackerman gets credit for the block.
Yeah, I mean, neither defense really stepping up and taking away things. I mean, they made adjustments at halftime. Obviously, the adjustments have helped the offense, but the defense has not made their adjustments work. So both teams need to improve the defensive play.
The touchdown pass from Nick Watson to Kevin Ferguson, 23 yards. All of a sudden, Ted, a lot of excitement here in quarter number 3, a lot of offense, and you're right, not much defense.
Well, LaSalle's very exciting to watch. I mean, they got big receivers. They got a young kid back there who can really throw the football, and we're going to get a return right here.
Logan Hudson from the 5. The senior tries to bounce it outside. He's wrestled to the turf at the 25-yard line. A 20-yard return for Hudson. It's been a lot of Max Norris here in the third quarter for the Trojans. Again, a 46-yard touchdown run, and just moments ago he broke one for 75 yards.
Well, I would guess that it might not be the first time, but in the first 2 or 3 times you're going to see that same play run again, and we're going to see if they can stop it. If they haven't made the adjustments, I mean, he's going to go around the right end and go in for another touchdown for about 80 yards. So
Max Norris, 10 touchdowns on the season, rushing. That leads Cinegrove. Luke Calvert, play action, rolls.
Oh, man, the guy was open wide.
Now he's running the football to the 30-yard line, picks up 5 yards.
Max Norris had come out of the backfield. If Luke would have looked up and laid it out there, I think that he was wide open. But still a good pickup by Luke. I mean, that's, again, here we are at 2nd down and 4, and Eric Moore would take that every time after first down, put his team in a 2nd down and 4 situation.
7 minutes to play in the third. Trojans by 5 points, 28-23. Titus McCoy, a couple of yards short of a first down.
You know what? He's an impressive runner, though. He is not a very big. He's just not a very big body to be playing fullback, and he runs hard. He's a determined young kid, and he gets a lot of very, very important yards. I mean, that's an important position in there. Lane's still healing, and the more carries that he can give us until Lane, that's really big at this point in time.
3rd and 2. Calvert, hard count, trying to get LaSalle to jump, but what happened? Cinegrove jumps. So now what was 3rd and 2 will be 3rd and 7. He tried that hard signal count. You could hear him from here in the press box.
playbook's a little smaller at 3rd and 7 than it is at 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, you have a lot of options. Defense has to think about a lot of things going on. At 3rd and 7, a few of those cut down.
Logan Hudson could not get the edge. First time we'll see the punting unit here in the second half for Center Grove.
Well, it was kind of, which team was going to blink first. But both teams have just kind of went up and down the field very easily and put points on the board. So Center Grove not able to move the chains right there. So now we'll see if their defense can't step up and make a move.
Matt O'Brien from his own 12-yard line. 5:35 to play, third quarter. Center Grove by 5. Low snap. O'Brien was able to field it.
Good
nice punt by O'Brien. Fair caught at the 25-yard line. Cameron Bolden had to backpedal to catch that one at the 25.
That was well done right there. I mean, I got on him earlier because he kicked it into the stands for about 10 yards. But right there, that was an outstanding kick. He's had a couple great punts tonight.
48 yards on the punt for Matt O'Brien. Now they're going to put the ball to 23. I felt like he fair caught it around the 25.
I think he tried to fair catch it, but he bobbled it a little bit. So until he had full possession of it, I think that's why they put it at the 23.
Last couple of drives, LaSalle so impressive with the passing game. They continue, and it's picked off by Alex Ackerman. His 4th pick of the season. He steps out of bounds at the 29-yard line. And, Ted, that's the play the senior needed to make, and he makes a huge one for the Trojans. Alex Ackerman, his 4th pick.
Yeah, he just baited the hook right there. He says, you've gotten by throwing that. It's one thing to throw a 5-yard and out or a 10-yard and out, but when you continue to try to throw a 15-yard or 20-yard and out, I mean, the safety has a lot of time to see that coming, and Alex just timed it perfectly, stepped right in, picked that off. Center Grove's offense back on the field with a chance to put points on the board.
Ted, the Ben Davis Giants making a great comeback against Carmel. It's now 24-21, 21 unanswered points by Ben Davis. They're within 3 of Carmel. Here in Cincinnati, Ohio, the Trojans lead it 28-23 over the Lancers. And at what point do you blow the whistle?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the officials are like looking at him like, hey, stop. But none of them ever blew the whistle. I mean, blow the darn whistle.
He picks up 1 yard, and he was pushed back 5 yards, at least 5 yards, before they blew the whistle. At what point do you say, okay, forward progress has stopped?
You just got to blow the whistle right there.
I mean, in that situation, LaSalle's obviously stripping at the ball, and you also want to prevent somebody from getting hurt. Calvert looking, nobody's open, good coverage downfield, and now he's just going to throw it out of bounds and takes a big hit.
All right.
Nice decision by the senior quarterback, Calvert, to get rid of it.
Very good decision. I mean, gives yourself a chance at 3rd down and 8, 3rd down and 9 to still have a chance. I mean, rather than you take a sack right there or you throw an interception, you've given away, bring in the receiver set.
3rd and 9. Ball at the LaSalle 28-yard line. 4:28 to play here in the third. Center Grove by 5, 28-23.
4 across.
Calvert from the gun.
Looks like they're going to blitz. Going to get a one-on-one somewhere.
Calvert steps up, and now he cannot get rid of it, and he is taken down. He is sacked at the 36-yard line. I thought he was going to step up in the pocket and deliver a pass, but he could not get it off.
I'm just glad he's not hurt because he kind of had his wing there in a funny position as he tried to throw the football. You're hoping that, but he got up and walked off, no problem. So Center Grove probably going to punt the football here. You got a 5-point lead. Try to, kick it down, give them, poor field position, try to get it inside the 10.
4th and 16 at the LaSalle 35-yard line. Again, always be cautious, Coach Moore.
Lots of options here. 16 yards is a long way to go, though.
Sure is. But he has done 3 fakes.
Here
and
it
here's
is.
your
Here
4th.
it is. Here it is.
And it is incomplete.
Ackerman, it went through his hands.
Couldn't catch it. I was going to say, at this point in the field, Coach Moore typically goes for it, and Ackerman was wide open.
You know what, though? Give LaSalle credit there. They weren't totally off guard. I mean, they were guarding Ackerman. They had an idea that Center Grove might want to do that. So give them some credit. That wasn't just a pitch and catch, and we blew it. I mean, he had to make a really good throw there. Still, he made a good throw, and Ackerman had a chance to catch the football.
The defender put his hand up and I think obstructed Ackerman's view, maybe tipped it a little bit, and Ackerman just could not get a clean look at it. So a turnover on downs, football at the LaSalle 35-yard line, 3:33 to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, still lots of football left. I mean, you got 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and you got an entire fourth quarter, and this is a team that can score quickly. Lots of weapons.
Running play to the lone back in the backfield, put his head down, got a couple of yards. Haven't really seen too much of the running game from LaSalle here in the second half, but again, they're playing catch-up here in the second half, and they're also very, very good with the passing game.
Yeah, they continue to go quickly. They very seldom huddle up, and they're not really running a 2-minute offense where they run it fast, but they get up to the line quickly.
Wilcox picks up 3 yards, pass across the middle, and the receiver is upended, but he hung on to it at the 45-yard line. A good hit.
Yeah, he's got good hands, you can tell. I mean,
Aaron Hunt.
He was their all-time. I think for a season he has their record, and he's coming up on a career of as far as the all-time amount of receptions. But he's a fine receiver, number 10, Keefe.
18 yards on the completion. Aaron Hunt with the big hit. Hunt maybe banged up or hurt a little bit on the play. He exits to the sideline. He's replaced by number 23, Josh Hart. New set of downs here for LaSalle. Ball at the Trojan 44. 2:30 to play here in the third, and he's under pressure, and he's going to be sacked by Dylan Dallas. Second sack of the night for Dylan Dallas, his 8th of the season.
Yeah, they had started rolling him out because of the pressure Dallas continues to put on him. They've not been able to handle Dylan Dallas in the middle of the line, and he just continues to put pressure on Watson, their quarterback, and that time they didn't roll him out, and Dylan caught him again.
Should say Dylan's 7th sack of the season, his second one tonight.
At least 2 tonight, and he's put pressure on 2 or 3 other times. I mean, he's been a one-man wrecking crew in there in the middle of that line.
We're under
I mean, he's not playing defense. I mean, he's playing right over the nose tackle, and they still can't stop him. I mean, they're putting a couple guys on. It looks like LaSalle jumped.
Delay of game against LaSalle. And Ted, after leading 24-zip, the Carmel Greyhounds now trail 28-24 to Ben Davis. 28 unanswered points. How bad does Ben Davis want to share the MIC title with the Center Grove Trojans? And Ted,
wow.
I think it'd be great to see Ben Davis and Center Grove in the Semi-State in the Final Four. The only loss the Trojans had this season was to Ben Davis, a chance to avenge the loss.
I didn't get a chance to watch the game because I was at the Hall of Fame banquet that night at IU, but there were a lot of people that were very impressed with Ben Davis and the things that they were able to do there at Center Grove.
On 2nd and 24, pass incomplete to that far sideline.
So now you got 3rd and 24. So your options are you're trying to pick up about 10 or 12 yards here to give yourself a chance. So Center Grove really needs to be heads up for some type of a screen pass, even a run. Be heads up as far as what's going on here.
3rd down, needing 24 yards to go across the middle. The ball's tipped by Kelsheimer. Linebacker
sure
tipped it. 4th and 24.
Got a punt.
Big play by the senior linebacker. Ted, when you're on the road against a great team, you need great senior leaderships, and Coach Moore has 30-some seniors playing this year, and, man, they're really stepping up, making some plays tonight.
Well, and yeah, that's if you're going to win a state championship, you need to have great senior leadership. I mean, it's not to say that freshmen and sophomores can't get it done, but the seniors are going to give you better leadership. And when you go on the road like tonight, you expect it from them. Low line drive.
Yeah, spiraling, but low line drive. Fair caught at the 20.
It's a good kick. I mean, he probably a 40-yarder.
39-yard punt for the sophomore, Drew Chrisman. 90 seconds remaining, third quarter. 28 for the Trojans, 23 for the Lancers. It's been a great one tonight here in Cincinnati. A lot of fireworks here in quarter number 3. If you like offense, we've seen a lot of it. For the Trojans, it's been Max Norris, a 75-yard touchdown run and a 46-yard touchdown run for the Rocket. And a couple of passing touchdowns for LaSalle. And here comes the Rocket again, close to a first down. Ted, Max not able to play against Ben Davis due to injury. Last week's played a couple of downs, ran it a few times against North Central, but in talking to Coach Eric Moore, he said he got a full week of practice this week in preparation for tonight's game, and it's showing because he's running like he did against Carmel in week 3.
Yeah, he's very dominant. He adds another dimension to this team. I mean, obviously, when they spread it out and throw the football, that's one thing the teams have to game plan. But when all of a sudden you have to game plan for his speed, I'm not sure that you can game plan for somebody's speed like that.
Calvert went left, comes back to the right side, and
late hit,
and it will be a penalty against LaSalle. A late hit.
Looks like it.
There's a flag in the backfield, unless it's holding.
I think it's a late hit.
But it's an incomplete pass. I believe the intended receiver
it
was
is holding.
Cameron Tidd, the tight end, and it will be holding against the Center Grove Trojans. I thought the holding might have occurred well after the pass had already been made down the field, not really relevant to the play. And it happened deep.
It's a spot foul, so it's from the spot, 10 yards from the spot.
It happened deep in Center Grove's backfield.
Yeah, so.
Ball at the 9.
I mean, it's all the way back there. You're looking at about, second and 22, 23. Don't make a mistake here. I mean, be solid with what you're doing.
2nd and 20. Here comes the Rocket. Getting outside. He stays on his feet. He's got the first down. He cuts it back. He may go again. It's a foot race. They've got an angle on him. He's getting some blocks down the field. He's inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Oh, my. Another outstanding run by Max the Rocket Norris. And he's a little gimpy getting up. I think he's tired. I think he's tired.
He was tired right there. I mean, he ran from the right side of the field all the way over here to the left side of the field. And Patton, number 7, was smart enough to take a good angle on him because he knew he wasn't fast enough to catch him. But he took a good angle on him, cut him off, and then he got a little help.
I believe that goes for 62 yards for the Rocket. They go to Lane Morris, the fullback. He's inside the 25-yard line. They give him 63 yards on the carry for Max Norris.
And even though Max gets 63 yards, that 5-yard run right there by Lane Morris is just so important to this offense as far as getting them in a position where they can continue to move those chains as the third quarter ends.
The Center Grove Trojans in front by 5 here in Cincinnati, 28-23 over the LaSalle Lancers. We'll take a break. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
Appetizers, gentlemen.
I'll start with the steak tartare.
And you, sir?
I'll have the same. But hold the tartare sauce.
The tartare sauce? Really?
I don't like it.
The more you save on insurance, the more you'll have for football. Drivers who switch their home and auto to Allstate saved an average of $503 a year. Are you in good hands?
Ooh, creamy brulee.
Tonight's Center Grove football game is being presented by Center Grove Spitshine, Global Financial Solutions, Pointer Sheet Metal, Allstate Insurance, Bontrager Agency of Greenwood, Jets Pizza, and New 5 Creative. Our fourth quarter being presented by Allstate Insurance, Bontrager Agency of Greenwood. And Ted, we've got a great one here in Cincinnati. The Trojans in front 28-23 over the Lancers.
It's been great football, great exciting football from both sides.
Trojans on 2nd and 6.
Still up.
Begin the
He's still
fourth quarter, moving the pile, very close to a first down, going to be about a yard short. Ball to the 20. Max Norris, 10 carries, 201 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. His long tonight, 75, and averaging 20 yards per carry. What a night for the Rocket.
What a night.
And it's still not over. We still got a quarter to go.
But you see what happens when Luke Calvert, in the second quarter, when they opened it up with the pass, now all of a sudden they got to guard the pass. Now all of a sudden the run becomes available. First down.
Lane Morris picks up the first down. It was 3rd and 2. He's inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
That's why it's so important to have a mix of both. I mean, in the second quarter, we toasted them pretty good with the long pass, and we were able to really spread them out. Well, then it really hurts them defensively when they start worrying about the pass, and then Max Norris starts running by him.
1st and 10 at the LaSalle 13. Inside handoff. Titus McCoy inside the 10. Justin Vedeto back in the second quarter had a catch for 78 yards. It went for a touchdown. Logan Hudson had a touchdown reception of 67 yards in quarter 2. And here in the second half, it's a lot of Max Norris. Again, a couple of touchdown runs for the Rocket. 10:30 left to play in tonight's ball game. Trojans threatening at the LaSalle 9-yard line. 2nd and 6. End around. Calvin Dackett's first run of the night. And he takes a big hit on the edge.
Big hit. I don't know where he came from, but Calvin did not see him coming. He knocked him off his pins right there.
Johnny McAnally. He's a junior defensive back.
Need to get 7 right here. You don't want to have to settle for, I would say they're obviously in 4-down territory, but you really not want to have to kick a field goal, although a field goal will put you up by 8.
3rd and 4. Devin Hensley splits out here to the right side. The handoff goes to the freshman Titus McCoy.
Holding.
Flag down. He's got the first down, but a flag.
Definitely going to be a holding call.
Usually in the vicinity of holding.
The line judge standing behind the linebackers, the one who threw it.
Holding against the Trojans.
Yeah, no doubt.
Negates the first down run by Titus McCoy.
I didn't see the hold, but you just know when that guy throws it and he throws it in that direction that it's going to be a hold.
And we want to make a quick correction for Dylan Dallas tonight. He does have 3 sacks.
I thought he did.
I second-guessed myself. I knew he had at least 2, but he does have 3 tonight and now 8 for the season.
I thought I'd seen number 4 on top of that quarterback 3 times tonight. I knew one time it was down on the this end of the field and twice down here on this end of the field. So I did get a degree from IU. 1 and 2, that's 3. So yeah, that's 3 sacks.
And also Tyler Amaro with a sack tonight for the Trojans. 3rd and 14, the call for Coach Moore and the Trojans. Play action. Calvert going to the end zone, and it is picked off. A flag down, though. Flag down. It's going to be interference against LaSalle. The receiver was knocked off his route. It will go against LaSalle. And, Ted, if it's a 15-yard penalty, it will be a Trojan first down.
Yeah, it'll be a half. Well, it's an automatic first down. It'll be a half the distance to the goal and an automatic first if that's what the call is.
Again, they did signal it is against LaSalle unless the other referee the other official talks him out of it. At the moment, they pointed, it is against LaSalle. They're going to march it off.
So it'll be half the distance.
So the replay 3rd down.
Oh, it's still not a first down. It's not an automatic?
No, I think it's going to be a 3rd down. It's just a yardage mark.
It's a yardage mark-off because it's half.
The ball is placed just inside the 10, around the 9-yard line. A timeout called.
So it's 3rd down and about 7 is what it looks like. And
3rd and 7.
And it's from the 10-yard line. So a lot of options here. I mean, you can spread them out. You can, go empty backfield, look like you're going to pass the football and, run it in with your quarterback. You can, you can run it in with Max Norris. I mean, he's been able to run it in from everywhere. Lane Morris has been very, very strong and good in between the tackles running the football. So a lot of options for Eric Moore and his Trojans.
Tonight's 4th quarter being presented by Allstate Insurance, Bontrager Agency of Greenwood. Personal financial representative John Bontrager and his family have been a part of the Greenwood Center Grove community for more than 17 years. John provides a high level of service for more than 2,500 customers. The Bontrager Agency, located at 395 South State Road 135, or contact the agency at 317-888-3200. You're in good hands with Allstate. Center Grove needing 7 yards for the first down. 3rd and 7. 9:15 to play here in the 4th. Trojans 28, Lancers 23.
4 wide.
Delayed handoff, Titus McCoy.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, McCoy. Spread him out, run him up the gut. Titus McCoy scores.
Sure did. Exactly what I said. You can spread them out, make it look like it's going to be a pass. But you know what? Luke did such a good job with the fake right there because it looked like he was going to pass the football, and at the last second he shoved it into his gut, and he's able to get it in the end zone.
McCoy, 10-yard score, makes it now 34-23 Center Grove. 9:09 to play in the 4th. Tip your hat once again to Coach Eric Moore.
Oh, bad snap.
And they will not attempt the kick. Came in low to Joey Siderwitz, the holder. He could not grasp the football to put it down on the block, so no kick attempt by Seth Northern. So the score remains 34-23. Center Grove with an 11-point lead, and Ted, that is a 2-possession lead for the Trojans.
Yeah, 11 points. I mean, unless they were to score a touchdown, I mean, it could be 2 possession. Yeah, it's a 2-possession. I mean, 8-3 is the best that they can do as far as to tie. Other than that, 2 touchdowns. So I think it was very, very important for Center Grove to get 7 right there. You'd hate to walk away with only 3 and making an 8-point game where it's still a 1-possession game. I mean, now it's a 2-possession game. So your defense has been pretty stout at times, and they just need to step up here.
With that touchdown for the Center Grove Trojans, another $10 from the Center Grove Gridiron Club to the Tyler Jenikin Foundation in the aid in the fight against cancer.
Last time they had quite a long return. We'll be kicking it away from that guy.
Sky kick taken inside the 30, and the Trojans with great special teams play making the tackle inside the 35.
That's exactly what Eric's looking for right there. He just doesn't want them to catch it and get any momentum moving with the football. He wants them to try to catch it at a dead stop and have his guys stop them. And even though they're not starting at the 20, they start out at about the 34-yard line, 33-yard line. He'll take that each and every time.
Tomorrow we want to wish good luck to the Center Grove boys and girls cross country teams as they participate in the regional meet at Greensburg. 9 minutes remaining. Center Grove by 11. And Dylan Dallas, his 4th sack of the night. 9 for the season. Career best, 4 in one game.
Not a very good job by LaSalle that they've not done a better job at halftime. I mean, he was putting tremendous amount of pressure on them in the second quarter. You would think they would be double teaming wherever number 4 is, that they would leave that back to block him each and every time. He continues to go through 2 people and get to the quarterback.
Loss of 9 yards, 2nd and 19 from the LaSalle 24. Dylan coming again, and he's going for number 5. He doesn't quite come up with it. The Watson quarterback throws it out here in the flats.
Uh-oh.
And it's going to be a touchdown. Foot race.
Gone.
And he's in there. Touchdown.
That was a really poor play by the Center Grove defense right there. They had the quarterback, Watson, made a nice play to get in position to throw the football. Alex Ackerman very weary on his feet right now. He's went down to one knee. I think he's okay, but I don't know if he got hit really hard right there. But he was wobbling while he was walking.
76-yard touchdown pass to Jeremy Larkin, the sophomore. So one sophomore to another. Watson to Larkin, 76 yards. And they had him bottled up here, Ted, on the sideline.
Yeah,
but,
they sure did. They did a poor job
out
of
of position.
I mean, he's not a big guy, so, I mean, all you have to do is get a hand on him. You're going to knock him out of bounds. Instead, give him credit. He did a nice job of getting down the sideline, but does not look good for number 26 over there, Ackerman. I mean, he's fine. He's fine as far as physically, his body, but mentally, he looks like he might have taken a concussion right there. I mean, he's very wobbly as they take him to the sidelines.
His helmet is off. He walks under his own power, but Center Grove gives up a 76-yard touchdown. But more importantly, they see Alex Ackerman, like you said, walk off the field. And now the Lancers are going to set up for a 2-point conversion. Score is 34-29, Center Grove by 5.
So this would make it, if they get the 2-point conversion, obviously a 3 where a field goal ties.
8:08 to play in the fourth. Going to that back part of the end zone, and it is knocked down by Ryan Pendergraft.
Very well played.
Well done by the senior Pendergraft. They were trying to do that high throw to the back of the end zone to Derek Keefe. He stands at 6'6", and
yeah, the Watson's got to miss. If you're going to miss there to the 6'6" guy, you got to miss high. You can't be missing short. But Pendergraft did a nice job of putting himself between he and the football, and he's able to knock it away.
Score remains 34-29. Trojans by 5, a 1-possession lead. 8:02 to play in the fourth quarter. Center Grove trailed 10-0 after the first quarter. Took the lead in quarter number 2, led 14-10 at intermission, and has led throughout the second half.
I'll tell you what, give LaSalle some credit here. I mean, they're a young team. We talked about that earlier, and making some foolish mistakes here and there. But I'll tell you what, they're a team that continues to fight, and they are a very talented group of guys.
From the 18-yard line, Connor Steeb, sophomore, on his cut, slips at the 24-yard line. Also tomorrow, good luck to the Center Grove girls soccer team taking on Warren Central in the regional championship at Shelbyville starting at 5 o'clock. And the boys soccer team also playing Warren Central in the regional finals at Mount Vernon starting tomorrow night at 7:30. And also Center Grove tennis player Connor Anderson will be competing in the Carmel Regional as a #1 singles player in the individual competition. So good luck to Connor tomorrow. And don't forget, we'll have live coverage of the Center Grove LaSalle freshman football game at 11 o'clock, and that will be followed by the junior varsity game at 1 o'clock. We'll have a live webcast for you.
Big hit. 29, number 38.
Drew Meister is number 29.
Very important right here for Center Grove to move the chains. I'm not saying it's very important that they get 7 points. I'm saying that they need to move the chains and at least field position-wise. If you give the ball back to this team right now, the momentum that they have, it's going to be hard to stop them.
McCoy had 1 yard on that carry. Calvert sets and firing downfield looking for Max Norris, and he's interfered with.
He was interfered with.
And they're not going to call anything.
The official had his back turned.
No, he was right there next to the play. The back judge saw the collision. Max Norris stops, and the defender does flatten him, and there's no flag.
Yeah, that's bad.
But Ted, that's what's going to happen when you go on the road.
We have fought through one bad call tonight. Let's see if we can fight through another right here. Okay, it's 3rd down and it's 10. We need to do something here as far as moving the chains. We need to pick up a 1st down. I mean, 10 yards is very doable. whether it be running or passing. I mean, this is a group of guys that they can pick up this type of yardage.
Third and 9. Calvert in the pocket, firing over the top, looking
Too
for
far.
Bettito, and it's incomplete. Led his man too much.
Didn't want to do that right there. You didn't want to give up the football 3 and out. If you move the chains, stay on the field for 7, 8, 10 plays, even if you don't score, you've accomplished something in that you've moved the football, and then now you're going to give them the football back probably someplace between their 35 and 40-yard line.
O'Brien from his own 13-yard line.
They're a very dangerous team. I mean, they've got a lot of guys at skill positions that can do a lot of different things.
Good snap. O'Brien.
Good kick.
Very good punt.
He caught it on the run, though. He's fast.
Trying to get outside. He's got some blockers. Couple of men back. You got Dylan Dallas, and he can't quite make the tackle, and they finally rip him down at the 18-yard line.
The heck of a run right there.
O'Brien was able to bring him down, along with Lutgreen, inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
A couple guys for Center Grove really got stung in the middle of the field too on that crackback block. When the guy cuts across the field, you're chasing him so hard. All of a sudden, somebody comes up and it's a legal hit, but it's a heck of a pop that they gave a couple players right there. But that was a great play by number 28. He came up and he caught that football, and he caught it on the run, and he ran right by the defenders trying to tackle him.
Again, we do apologize, losing our internet connection a second time tonight. The Trojans did punt the ball to LaSalle. A great return for the LaSalle Lancers by Jeremy Larkin, putting the ball now at the Trojan 18-yard line. Saving tackle by O'Brien and Lutgreen. We have 6:47 to play in tonight's ball game. Center Grove in front by 5, 34-29. Larkin tripped up. If he doesn't get tripped up, Ted, he may go for the score.
He's really fast. I mean, he's got those pigeon toes. I mean, he's real pigeon-toed, and he looks like he wouldn't be very fast. But, boy, when he gets out in the open, he just really scoots across the ground, and he is very, very quick on his feet. A lot of weapons for this LaSalle football team. A lot of weapons.
Larkin to the 12-yard line with that carry, to the 11 officially. On second down, Watson with time, going to the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, LaSalle.
Sure was.
11-yard touchdown pass.
That took a long time to develop, but Watson was very patient. He got his feet in. There's no question. I couldn't tell if he was bobbling the football. I mean, he's 80 yards away from us, but he definitely got his feet in because I've got a viewpoint where I could see it. But Watson had to be very patient. That was a long, slow route to develop, and he waited on it, and Keith able to make the catch.
The Lancers move in front, 35-34.
Looks like they'll be going for 2 again here, trying to put themselves up by 3, so it takes at least a field goal to tie.
6:04 to play in the fourth. Still plenty of time. Lancers going for 2.
Be surprised the quarterback tries to run it in here.
Watson throws it up to the corner. It's good. 2-point conversion is good. They go right back to Keefe. He stands at 6'6". They threw it high to him in the back of the end zone. He pulls it down.
Well, and that's what I said earlier. I mean, if you're going to miss on that guy, you got to miss high because Center Grove, they've got 5'9", 5'10" guys trying to guard him. He's 6'6". He's got a reach over the top of him. That time, Watson did a much better job of missing high, and Keefe, the only one able to catch the football. I guess he was able to get his feet down in bounds, too. I mean, he was right at the back of the end zone. Some real bang-bang plays here tonight that you can appreciate having replay on Sunday night and Monday night when the NFL, because you don't have it in a football game this fast, and all of a sudden they're making sideline plays and everything else, and you wonder if it really happened or not.
Hudson. He's upended across the 25.
Okay, this is where Luke needs to come in here and really show his leadership here. He needs to grab a hold of those linemen, say, give me some time here. Let's get, we know what Max Norris can do on the edge. Let's block the way that we can block, and let's move the football down the field, and let's score a touchdown.
Football at the 28-yard line. And, Ted, I didn't observe, did Ackerman ever make a return trip to the defense or not?
There is no way that they would have put – there's no way that they're going to put him back on the field tonight. The way that he was – I didn't see the hit, but the way there was an official standing with him as he was wobbling, and then their Center Grove emergency guys ran out there and helped him off the field. He was – it looked like he had been taking a big shot. They reset the clock. It went down to 5:33. I think they reset it to 5:45.
Center Grove down by 3, 37-34. 5:45 to play in the ball game. Here comes Max Norris on the double handoff. He gets a 1 yard.
Football's a game of emotion. We just talked about Max Norris dominating this football game. He had over 200 yards rushing. All of a sudden, all the emotion is on the LaSalle team. They've made a couple plays. They've gotten the ball to roll their way a couple times. Now, all of a sudden, the momentum has swung their way, and they're playing with all the emotion, okay? So if you're Center Grove, you somehow have to get that switched around, and you've got to move this football down the field.
Calvert scrambles, and it's incomplete, knocked down. Cameron Tidd, the intended receiver, knocked down by the defensive back. That's Johnny McAnally making the play.
Yeah, not a very big window to throw in. Luke tried to fit it in there, but that would have been a great catch and a great throw to get that in there because there were about 4 people around that football. Center Grove now looking at 3rd down and 9. This is the type of situation, you're going to have to make one of these plays at this point in time. If they don't make this, do you punt? I would think you do.
From the gun, Calvert throwing.
Wide open.
O'Brien
Go!
To the 20.
He's gone.
10-5 touchdown. Matt O'Brien. Center Grove back in front.
Out of nowhere. All the guys.
1 yards. Matt O'Brien.
Matt O'Brien steps in, and Luke Calvert delivers.
Oh, my.
That's what you want from your senior quarterback, a guy that's been QBing for you for 2 years now. He's been back there. He's been running things. He has confidence. He has confidence in certain people. He threw it to O'Brien, and he just outran everybody.
A breakdown in coverage for LaSalle. O'Brien goes for 71 yards, putting the Trojans back in front by 3. All important, extra point kick.
I was going to say, this is a big extra point.
Last time the Trojans had a bad snap and hold, but this one is right down the middle. Trojans by 4, 41-37.
Well, LaSalle just totally fell asleep right there. They had Center Grove right where they wanted them, 3rd down and 9. Center Grove brought in their 4 receiver attack, and O'Brien just ran a seam route, basically. He just ran right down the seam, and Luke Calvert just led him, and there was nobody there. There was nobody guarding him. They went to the outside, afraid that one of the outside receivers was who it was for, and he just ran down the seam and ran right down the middle of the field for a touchdown.
3rd touchdown for Matt O'Brien. That is his long, though, of the season.
Do you think Eric Moore might have said, do not kick it to number 28, Larkin? Do not kick it anywhere near him. Had to be the last words out of Eric Moore's mouth as he sent his kickoff team out here. He's on, as we look, and as the kicker, as he looks down the field, he's on the left side of the field. I would think you would kick this to the right side of the field.
Yeah, they're going to kick it up to
just
that far
kick it out of
sideline.
bounds. He's just going to kick it out of bounds.
Right at the 30. It's in bounds. Now it goes out of bounds. Good try. It almost stayed in bounds.
See, I'm amazed LaSalle doesn't make him re-kick it.
I think it might have hit one of the LaSalle players.
Oh,
Ted.
okay,
There's no
okay.
flag.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it's going to be right there where it went out of bounds.
Oh, okay,
It touched one of the
okay.
LaSalle players. Just looking at that far official, he's marking it right there.
Yeah, he did. You're exactly right.
Because that ball bounced in the air and Center Grove nearly came up with it.
I think you're right. I think it bounced inbounds first before it went out, before somebody touched it.
Yeah, someone touched it. Ted, Ben Davis beat Carmel tonight. Ben Davis co-champs with Center Grove after trailing, I think, 24-zip. They win 28-24.
That's a great job by Coach Kirshner and his troops to come back and believe in yourself and to do that.
And he's sacked again. Watson is sacked by Tyler Amaro and Dylan Dallas.
You want to be careful here if you're Center Grove. When you start getting too much pressure, all of a sudden they throw a little dump off pass and a little screen pass, something like that, and we've seen what type of athletes they have. You want to be careful.
4:20 and counting. Trojans by 4 points here in the fourth quarter. From the gun, Watson runs right, now looks to run. Ball came out.
Yeah, he dropped the
He's
football and he
tripped
went
up.
down.
He loses yardage.
I was gonna say he lost about 4 more yards.
Did the ball come out, Ted? Or
he almost dribbled it like a basketball. He dribbled it down, and I think it came right back up to him, but I think it did come out.
3rd and 13. No, it's going to be longer than that.
I'd say about 16,
yeah,
17.
16. They just haven't updated the clock. Now the clock says 3rd and 16. Ball out to LaSalle 22. 3:45 and counting. They may be in 4-down territory. Center Grove in front by 4, 41-37. Watson from the gun. He looks to that far sideline, fires, has a man, and is complete and out of bounds. That is Derek Keefe, his number 1 target all night long and all season long.
But they're still short of a first down, so that tells you that, yes, they're definitely in 4-down territory. If they're willing to throw a 10-yard pass to make it 4th down and 5, that means they're planning on going for it here on this down.
4th and 7. 4th and 7. Clock stopped at 3:33. Trojans lead it 41-37 here in the fourth quarter. Big play for the Center Grove defense. Watson, shotgun. Looking here to the near side, getting pressure. He rolls to extend the play.
Going down.
They get him. He goes down inside the 30. Turnover on downs.
3:25 left on the clock. Huge possession by your Center Grove defenders. The defense needed to step up, and they did.
Tyler Amaro again involved in on the sack. 3rd one tonight for Amaro. A turnover on downs. The ball is at the LaSalle 28-yard line. The defense again comes up big.
Okay, so now you need to use all the clock that you can use. Once the clock starts, okay, it's not going to start till it's snapped this first time, but once it starts, they're going to start using timeouts. So you need to hold on to the football. They're going to be trying to knock the football loose.
Lane Morris, the fullback, right up the gut.
Okay, and cover up, though, on that football.
Inside the 10.
Under normal conditions, he would have ran that football in for a touchdown, but he was so concerned about covering it up to make sure nobody knocked it away, which is the number 1 important thing for him to do. He comes up a little bit short of the end zone at about the 10-yard line. Under normal conditions, he would have just ran that in.
On that last sack, they give credit to Caleb Kelsheimer, senior linebacker, along with senior Tyler Amaro, both in on the sack. Lane Morris, 19 yards. 1st and goal at the 9. 3 minutes to play in the fourth. 41-37 Trojans by 4 points. End around. Here comes the Rocket to the 5. He's tripped up just short of the goal line. They tripped him at the 5.
You could see the pylon. He was chewing on that pylon, and he got tripped.
Timeout called by LaSalle, stopping the clock with 2:50.
So that's their first timeout, so they got 2 left.
Very quiet all of a sudden here on the LaSalle sideline.
Yeah, the football's all the way down to the 2-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd down and goal from the 2. And LaSalle has not been able to stop. I would say this is Lane Morris territory right here. I would say one-on-one right over the center between the tackles and get him a touchdown.
What a ball game tonight here at LaSalle High School. Trojans trailed in the first quarter, regained the lead or got the lead for the first time in the second quarter, led throughout the third, and then here late in the fourth quarter, the Lancers jump back in front, but the Trojans respond, going in front by 4, and a chance to add more here late in the ball game.
It's been a really, really good high school football game. Sure has.
From the 2-yard line,
My
touchdown
boy.
Trojans.
I told you.
Touchdown Center Grove. Lane Morris from 2 yards out.
You can count on him down there. He's the guy that's going to hold on to it. He's going to get you the points you need. Great job by your offensive line. We don't talk about them that much, but Alex Wood and the whole crew there on the offensive line doing a nice job getting them into the end zone. Great job by the defense to get the turn it over on downs, and the offense did exactly what they needed to do to secure this win here on the road.
Good snap, the hold, the kick by Seth Northern is good, and an 11-point lead for the Center Grove Trojans. (48-37) Trojans, 2:44 to play.
Few people starting to hit the exits after that touchdown, but as I mentioned, it's been a great football game. I mean, we drove all the way over here, and I've been very entertained by LaSalle. Has a number of great athletes. Their offense is fun to watch, the way they move the ball up and down the field. Center Grove, the last 3 quarters has been the type of team that we've watched all year. Champion of the MIC Conference, and one of the finest football teams in the state of Indiana.
Also from the Greater Catholic League South Division, St. Xavier, known as St. X, playing at Warren Central. St. X 28, Warren Central 24. That's in the fourth quarter, but the Warriors are on the 1-yard line, knocking on the door. So the Warriors of Warren Central playing at home against St. X, trying to get a win over a GCL South team. Snyder pops it up to the 30 on that far sideline, and they chop him down at the 40-yard line. He appears to be okay. That's Jeremy Larkin. He's a sophomore.
Yeah, let's hope that everybody for Center Grove is okay. I mean, not on that play, but there was a couple guys that went down on the long kickoff return, punt return. And then we obviously saw on the long pass play Alex Ackerman. And Alex Ackerman is really the nuts and bolts to this defense. I mean, Dylan Dallas makes a lot of great plays out there too, but I think Ackerman is the guy that we really look to for leadership out there. We need him if we're going to be contending for a state title.
They're going to say the pass is complete.
Wow, how do you get that in there?
At the
That's unbelievable.
45-yard line.
Tell you what, by the time this kid is a senior, this quarterback, I mean, he's a pretty talented kid. He's only a sophomore. He's pretty handy back there, and he has a nice arm.
2:25 and counting, fourth quarter. Center Grove by 11 points here late. LaSalle trying to stage a comeback. He's got time. Across the middle, it's complete. Takes a big hit. It's inside the 20. Stops the clock at 2:11 to move the first down chains. (28 yards to Larkin on the pass play. Watson avoids 2 tacklers, a third tackler. Now they chase him. He runs out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Well done by a sophomore, stopping the clock with 1:58.
Yeah, he'd have been better off just throwing it away. I mean, at that point in time, the yardage means nothing. I mean, you're not trying to pick up first downs. You're trying to save time. I mean, even if 5 seconds rolls off the clock, you need to just throw it out of bounds and get rid of it and give yourself another chance to throw it into the end zone. At this point in time, they need a score, an extra point, and an onside kick.
Watson throwing it up to the end zone high. This time, I think he threw it too far, and he does. Incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 1:53. Ted, one of the all-time Center Grove greats, J.B. Paxson, he just sent me a tweet. He's at the Eagles concert tonight, so he's watching the Eagles in person, but also watching our webcast tonight.
Hey, what is he doing at the? He's too young. He don't even know who the hell the Eagles are. You know, now I know who the Eagles are. I mean, I know Glenn Fry.
I'm barely old enough to know the Eagles.
I love the Eagles. I mean, they were my favorite band. I love the Eagles.
So we got the Bo Barrett family.
At least he's got good taste if he's at the Eagles concert.
So you got Bo Barrett and family from Walt Disney World watching, and
Fumble.
J.B. Paxson from the Eagles concert, and Luke Calvert's grandparents watching from Kentucky.
We're taking it to the limit, right?
Yeah.
Just like the Eagles, take it to the limit.
One more time.
One more time.
Mishandled snap. They do shotgun pretty much all the time, and that's the first time I think all night that they've had a bad snap.
Yeah, it's the first time he's mishandled it, and they're looking at 4th down and 7, and they obviously need a conversion. If they don't get a conversion right here, they're down to 1 timeout, and there's 1:38 left on the clock.
Special thank you to Jets Pizza for providing our pregame meal. It was something we needed when you're traveling 2 hours away from home. Jets Pizza located on State Road 135 in the Colby Shops just across from Bonefish Grill. Jets Pizza is open daily for lunch and dinner. Give them a call, 317-881-JETS. For pickup or delivery, Jets Pizza, life is short. Eat better pizza.
They got to get a first down or a touchdown right here.
4th and 8.
Anything short of that, Center Grove, this one's in the book.
Going to the end zone. It is incomplete.
Knocked away.
Going to his number 1 target, Derek Keefe at 6'6", and this time the Trojans secondary making the big play. They knock it away.
Can't see who was that, 31?
Aaron Hunt.
Yeah, he
senior.
did a nice job of stepping in and not allowing Keefe to go up over the top of him. He did a nice job of stepping in, knocking the football away, and Center Grove going to come away with a well-deserved, very well-earned victory here on the road here in Cincinnati.
A gutsy win by the Trojans. 2 heavyweights here tonight. Again, the Lancers, Ted, in that first quarter, they come out and they throw a couple of punches, and they take that 10-0 lead. But Center Grove responded in quarter 2 and took a halftime lead of 14-10 and maintained that lead through the third quarter. Lost it momentarily in the fourth, but again, the senior leadership prevailing for the Center Grove Trojans. And again, this LaSalle team, Ted, we talked about it. They're very young, a lot of sophomores, up and coming, very talented. But sometimes in these big games, that senior leadership wins out.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a lot of good football. When I look at this LaSalle team and I see that they're going to be 3-5, and I think, is there really that many teams that are that much better than they are? I mean, they are a fine football team. I mean, they've got a lot of young talent. They've got some really fine. They're well coached. They've been fun to watch. I mean, they're really fun to watch play football. And, I mean, that's the same thing. I mean, each and every night you got to be ready to play. I mean, I was saying, when we get ready to play New Albany next week, I mean, if you're not ready to play, somebody comes out, all of a sudden you look up and you're down 21-0. I mean, your task has become very, very difficult. You have got to mentally be ready to play each and every night, and you've got to bring it, because there's a lot of great kids and good football coaches out there that are looking to make a name for themselves, especially against teams like Center Grove.
Next week's sectional opponent, New Albany, losing tonight to Floyd Central 35-34. So Columbus East wins that conference, that Hoosier Hills Conference. Floyd Central finishes second and New Albany third. Again, the Trojans in sectional play next Friday night.
He's loose.
Oh, wow, another foot race. Can Max Norris get around the final defender. He makes a
Patton
cut back.
caught him again. No,
and he's got a blocker,
he's
Matt
gone.
O'Brien.
No, he's gone.
If he can get the block, and he does, touchdown Max Norris. He just went, 26?
80 yards.
Or I'm sorry, 86 yards.
Yeah, 86 yards.
86 yards. He went from the 16 or the 14-yard line, I should say.
He's got to be close to 300 yards on the night.
86 yards for Max Norris. 54-37 Trojans.
Very similar to the run he made at Carmel right there, in that it looked like about 2 or 3 guys had him bottled up, and all of a sudden he just, boom, shot out of there like a cannon, and he was gone down the sideline. Number 7, Patton, their defensive man, Mr. Lockdown, had him along the sideline, and he pinned him in. He did a nice job on the angle. He pinned him in, but then Max cut it all the way across the other side of the field and went in the right side. So great job.
The kick by Seth Northern is good. 55-37 Trojans. With a minute left to play. Ring the bell once again, Ted.
Ring that bell.
Another $10 for the Tyler Jenikin Foundation from the Center Grove Gridiron Club.
Nice job by everybody. Nice job by the fans. They made the long trip over. They're still here watching their Center Grove Trojans play football. They love to come watch the Trojans play football. Great job by the kids. And as usual, Eric Moore and his staff have done a stellar job of getting this team exactly where it needs to be as they get ready to fight for another state championship.
Ted the Rocket tonight, Max Norris, 13 carries, 294 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's averaging 22 yards per carry.
Maybe we can kick this onside. We could recover, and then we give it to him, and he can get over 3. No, okay.
Maybe not.
Maybe
he
not.
He needs 6 more yards for 300. What a night for Max Norris. Pop-up kick to the 26-yard line, reversing field, and they'll tackle him at the just shy of the 35 at the 34-yard line. 52 seconds to play here in tonight's ball game. And Ted, it's been a fun game to call. Let me tell you, it's been up, it's been down, it's been a lot of scoring. It's again a lot of points on the scoreboard tonight.
I mean, with 5 minutes to go, we're looking at them like taking the lead. I mean, it's we've scored twice here in the last couple minutes to, kind of blow it wide open, but it's been a very, very entertaining game. Enjoyed it.
Again, the Trojans back home next Friday night to begin state tournament play, and they'll try the hook and ladder to Jeremy Larkin. He falls down short of the first down. Tackle made by Zach Hart. Again, the game will begin at 7 o'clock. Our pregame show at 6:30 against the New Albany Bulldogs.
$25 seconds left. Clocks are running.
Watson fires, takes a hit from the blind side from Dylan Dallas. Pass is incomplete, and Watson a little slow getting to his feet following that hit from the blind side from Dylan Dallas. Dylan, what a night for Dylan Dallas. 4 sacks tonight.
Yeah, Watson definitely knows number 4, who he is on the other side of the football, because he's seen him plenty.
Luke Calvert tonight, 237 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception.
I mean, it's been an all-around effort by the football team, passing, running. They've shown that they can do a little bit of everything, and I think that's what makes them so dangerous.
And they hit
Oh!
Watson. He gets sandwiched. No penalty flag down, but Watson very slow. He's needing some help to get to his feet. Pass is incomplete.
Clock down to 7.
Dylan Dallas, 4 sacks tonight, 7 solo tackles, 5.5 tackles for loss of yardage. And Tyler Morrow, a couple of sacks. Ackerman, an interception.
Kelsheimer played very well, too. He knocked the football away a couple times. He's played very well back there. They, you know, put him at linebacker a lot, put him in a lot of different places. Clock never started. Imagine that.
It is a first down run. The clock will start once they move the chains.
I don't think they'll snap it again.
Now they wind the clock, and that is the ball game.
They're done.
55-37, the Center Grove Trojans win it here in Cincinnati against the LaSalle Lancers. Coach Eric Moore now 2-0 against Ohio schools. Impressive win tonight for the Center Grove Trojans. And Ted, this is the way you want to finish out the regular season, trying to ramp it up for the playoffs.
That'll be a nice bus ride home, a couple hours jumping those buses. They brought 3 of them over, so there's plenty of room for everybody to spread out. And but an outstanding job by your seniors. Let's mention a couple of them. You know, Dylan Dallas did an outstanding job. Ackerman made some huge plays early when Center Grove was really trying to find itself. Luke Calvert's really led the you know, the offense. Alex Woods did a nice job on the line. The seniors, they'll be the reason that we're able to win a state title if we can get that far. Let's hope that Alex Ackerman is okay. I mean, I haven't gotten any report. There's no reason to think that he isn't okay, but he just was a little wobbly when he went off the football field. So let's hope that he is in good standing and will be able to get back on the field.
For Coach Eric Moore, now in non-conference games, his record since 1999, since coming to Center Grove, 26 wins, 4 losses in the non-conference. On the road in the non-conference, 13 wins, only 1 loss. Again, last time he lost a road game, and the only time he's lost a road game was back in 2005 to Roncalli. So Coach Moore has done a splendid job on the road with this Center Grove football program, and they have now won 4 straight road games dating back to 2011. Well, stay tuned. Coming up next, we will have our post-game show. Again, the final score tonight from Cincinnati, Ohio, 55-37, Center Grove over LaSalle. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
Ray Skim's got your truck, man. Big and little trucks, man. Integrated locations, man. Skim's got your truck, man. He's got SUVs, crossovers, long bed, short bed, flatbed, dump cab, crew cab, cinder cab, half-ton, 3/4 ton, 1 ton, high cube van, cargo van, diesel engine, gas in stock, or custom in the color you want, man. Ray Skim's got your truck, man. Big and little trucks, man. Integrated locations, man. Skim's got your truck, man. Ray Skillman's got your truck, man.
For just 2% of a typical school's budget, high school sports give us plenty of energy and excitement. For just 2%, they also give us young people whose leadership and commitment to excellence will pay big dividends in our community for years to come. 2%, that's one investment we can all feel good about. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure launching pad for life.
Welcome to the Global Financial Solutions post-game show. Global Financial Solutions, a proud supporter of Center Grove Trojan football. President Bob Hoffman has been providing financial services in the Greenwood Center Grove community for 12 years. Bob specializes in investments, retirement planning, 401k, 403b, insurance, money management, and annuities. For all your investment needs, contact President Bob Hoffman at 317-888-1555, Global Financial Solutions. Kevin Conrad, Ted Kitchell with you on the postgame show back here one last time at LaSalle High School in Cincinnati, Ohio. The Center Grove Trojans, in a high-scoring affair, hold off this LaSalle team, winning 55-37 for the Center Grove Trojans. They conclude regular season play with only 1 loss on the year. It's an 8-1 record this year for the Trojans, and Ted, the Trojans this year undefeated on the season, and for Coach Eric Moore now, he has won 9 straight football games on the road dating back all the way to the 2011 season. But again, Ted, the Trojans did not panic tonight. There were times where they were down in the first quarter, down in the fourth quarter, but they came back, made plays, and got the win.
Yeah, they sure did, and I just think it shows a lot about your coaching staff, and it says a lot about your seniors and your leaders out there that they have a lot of confidence in each other. Even when things weren't going right, they knew that Eric and his staff would make the adjustments needed, and they did. And we knew something was going to have to give tonight because this was a team that they come in averaging 37 points a game, and they got 37, but the problem was LaSalle gave up 55 tonight. So Center Grove, a high-powered offense, they can score on you. You know, they showed tonight they can score on you passing the football or running the football. They were very, very efficient in both areas, and they're a very good football team and have to feel good about themselves as they get ready to go after a state championship.
Ted, do you want to venture a guess on total yards tonight offensively for the Trojans?
I would guess 750.
Very close, 639.
Yeah, there was a bunch. I knew passing, and I mean, one guy alone had 300 almost. So it was a big night for the offense.
For Max Norris, he actually had 13 carries for 308 yards. That's but he had a 14-yard loss, so that's why he ends up at 294. So again, Norris 294 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. His long tonight was 85 yards. Luke Calvert, 237 yards passing, 3 touchdown passes. His long tonight was 78. Bettito, a 78-yard touchdown pass receiving. Matt O'Brien caught one for a touchdown of 71 yards, and Logan Hudson had one in the first half for 67 yards. So a lot of big plays, and typically a Coach Moore wing T type offense, it's more grinded out, long drive, score. But tonight, Ted, for Center Grove, it was the big play.
Well, and that's, I mean, I think that he needs to just be willing to open it up once in a while. I mean, you can always go back and run the wing T because they run it better than anybody around. But when he's got people in certain positions like Luke, who he has a lot of confidence in, who can throw the football, he's got wide receivers who can catch the football, he's got backs who can catch it. I mean, it's so hard to game plan whether he's going to run the wing T, whether they're going to throw the football, what they're going to do. And he just needs to continue to keep it open, you know. And I think he's done a good job coaching this year as far as doing that and giving his kids a chance to perform their best in what they do their best. And they've been very impressive. They continue to get better each and every game, and it should be a fun run as they get ready here for October and late October and early November.
Ted, you said it. Get a win here, go home, try to nurse the injuries, and we hope that Alex Ackerman is going to be okay and be ready to go next week in the sectional opener at home against New Albany. But you just hope that you get away from Cincinnati tonight with minimal or no injuries.
Yeah, most importantly, I know that's the one thing Eric will be asking as he's riding home. Who's nicked up, who's hurt, and hopefully Alex will be okay because he's a real key component. I mean, you say, well, he's just a safety. He stands back there, and he makes a lot of huge plays, whether it be returning punts, whether it be making interceptions. I mean, he just makes a lot of huge plays. He's a very intelligent player, and they need his leadership out there, and let's hope and pray that he's well.
Ted, as you return back to Greenwood, enjoy the Cardinals and Dodgers. Last report from Rick, I think the Cardinals were up 4-0.
All right, well, I'll look forward to listening to that. You guys be safe. I appreciate all your hard work in getting all this stuff over here tonight.
All right, Ted, we'll
Thanks.
see you Friday night. Tonight's game was produced by Center Grove Gridiron Productions, New 5 Creative, and CenterGroveSportsNetwork.com. The executive director is Aaron Holt, executive producer Matt Murray, production assistant Kyle Johnson, and statisticians John Moore and Jamie Smith. Special thanks to Center Grove Athletic Director John Zwitt and head football coach Eric Moore, and also a big thank you to Barrett Cohen of LaSalle High School for helping us out with tonight's broadcast. Once again, Center Grove beats LaSalle 55-37 here in Cincinnati. The Trojans finished the season at 8 wins, 1 loss. LaSalle falls to 3-5. The Trojans host the New Albany Bulldogs Friday night at 7 o'clock in the Class 6A Sectional Number 8 semifinals. Until Friday night, this is Kevin Conrad for Ted Kitchell saying good night, everyone, from Lancer Stadium at LaSalle High School in Cincinnati, Ohio.